just 4 months, Phoenix Gate has strengthened its professional network of nearly 1,000 members. Together, we have reached over 30,000 professionals in the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya. From LinkedIn sessions that drew nearly 1,000 attendees weekly to live events attended by 16,000 individuals, our reach and influence have been extraordinary. The hard work and dedication of the Phoenix Gate team have not gone unnoticed. This year, our community was honored with a prestigious Social Impact Award of the Year and recognized as the most impactful community of the year. These accolades reflect our unwavering commitment to driving positive change across global communities. Beyond career development, Phoenix Gate has made significant strides in public health. Collaborating with international and non-governmental organizations, we have led impactful medical campaigns and health education programs. The expertise of Dr. Magas as a public health expert and Scrum Master has been instrumental in these successes. Are you struggling with your online visibility? Have you ever imagined that you could be a commanding influence and established as a thought leader in your industry? Are you focused or under pressure about an uncertain career future? How about landing your dream job opportunities? At Phoenix Gate, we have reached over 30,000 professionals and business leaders all over the world, breeding top leadership, global visibility, and excellence. We support, train, and set you on our platform to shine while showcasing your expertise to the world. As we reflect on this incredible journey, we are filled with gratitude of our members, partners, and supporters who have made this achievement possible. Phoenix Gate Group is not just a network, it's a thriving community committed to growth, impact, and excellence. Here's to even a brighter future. We rise together. Legend tells of the phoenix, a mythical bird that rises from its ashes, embodying renewal, strength, and transformation. This year, the Phoenix Gate Group has channeled its spirit to inspire, connect, and empower professionals worldwide. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, founder and lead coach, we have soared to new heights. Let's take a moment to celebrate the achievements, milestones, and impact of this past 4 months. In just 4 months, Phoenix Gate has strengthened its professional network of nearly 1,000 members. Together, we have reached over 30,000 professionals in the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya. From LinkedIn sessions that drew nearly 1,000 attendees weekly to live events attended by 16,000 individuals, our reach and influence have been extraordinary. The hard work and dedication of the Phoenix Gate team have not gone unnoticed. This year, our community was honored with a prestigious Social Impact Award of the Year and recognized as the most impactful community of the year. These accolades reflect our unwavering commitment to driving positive change across global communities. Beyond career development, Phoenix Gate has made significant strides in public health. Collaborating with international and non-governmental organizations, we have led impactful medical campaigns and health education programs. The expertise of Dr. Magas as a public health expert and Scrum Master has been instrumental in these successes. Are you struggling with your online visibility? Have you ever imagined that you could be a commanding influence and established as a thought leader in your industry? Are you focused or under pressure about an uncertain career future? How about landing your dream job opportunities? At Phoenix Gate, we have reached over 30,000 professionals and business leaders all over the world, breeding top leadership, global visibility, and excellence. We support, train, and set you on our platform to shine while showcasing your expertise to the world. As we reflect on this incredible journey, we are filled with gratitude of our members, partners, and supporters who have made this achievement possible. Phoenix Gate Group is not just a network, it's a thriving community committed to growth, impact, and excellence. Here's to even a brighter future. We rise together. Legend tells of the Phoenix.
Hi everyone, if you can see me and hear me, can you kindly just help me drop some comments
this year? The Phoenix Gate
I want to see your comments here and there.
To inspire, connect, and empower professionals worldwide. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, founder and lead coach.
Okay, if you can hear me and see me, kindly leave some comments.
Let's take a moment to celebrate the achievements, milestones, and impact.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. I want to say thank you so much for
of nearly 1,000 members. Together, we have reached over 30,000 professionals in the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya. From LinkedIn sessions that drew nearly 1,000 attendees, weekly to live events attended by 16,000 individuals, our reach and influence have been extraordinary. The hard work and dedication of the Phoenix Gate team have not gone unnoticed. This year, our community was honored with this prestigious social impact award of the year and recognized as the most impactful community of the year. These accolades reflect our unwavering commitment to driving positive change across global communities. Beyond career development, Phoenix Gate has made significant strides in public health, collaborating with international and non-governmental organizations. We have led impactful medical campaigns.
Sorry, can you all hear me,
education
or is it that
expertise of
someone is giving some feedback?
as a public health expert and scrum master has been instrumental in these successes. Are you struggling with your online visibility? Have you ever imagined that you could be a commanding
if you can hear me, just go ahead and drop the
established
message.
as a thought leader
Thank you
in
so
your
much.
industry?
So I'm going to be going
Are
right
you focused
into the
or under
conversation
pressure
that we
about
have
an
today as
uncertain
our
career
managers.
future? How
So
about
one of the things
landing
I
your
said we're going
dream
to
job
discuss today
opportunities?
is
At Phoenix Gate, we have
how
reached
to
over
monetize
30,000
in basic English, because
and
I realized
business
that now we are
leaders
currently
all over
on
the
3
world,
different
breeding
platforms.
top
So
leadership,
some
global
language might be a little
visibility,
bit
and excellence.
technical,
We support,
literally,
train,
right, for
and
some
set you
platforms.
on our
So
platform to
essentially,
shine
we're here to
while
learn how to
showcasing your
monetize
expertise
on at
to the
least 2 of
world.
the
As we
platforms we
reflect
actually
on
saw
this
on
incredible
suppliers,
journey,
right? So I would want to say
we are
thank you so
filled
much
with
for
gratitude
joining us
of our
tonight.
members, partners,
I would want you
and
again to
supporters
confirm that you
who
can
made
see, hear
this
me.
achievement
Just drop the
Phoenix
note
Gate
so that I know
is not just
exactly
a
where
network, it's a thriving
I'm going to be
community
pitching in,
committed
because I
to
know
growth,
that a lot of people are saying
impact,
something
and
else.
excellence.
Someone is
Here's
saying
to
that
even a
super
brighter
clear.
future.
Okay, we can see you but not clearly. Okay, and we cannot see you. Okay, that's 2 different statements. Oh, okay, so just give me a moment. Oh, okay, I'll
Legend
take that
tells
out
of
now.
the phoenix, a mythical
Thank
bird
you
that
so
rises
much for
from
that
its ashes,
feedback.
embodying renewal, strength, and transformation. This year, the Phoenix Gate Group has
so just give me
channeled
a
its spirit
moment.
to inspire, connect, and empower professionals worldwide. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, founder and lead coach, we have soared to new heights. Let's take a moment to celebrate the achievements, milestones, and impact of this past 4
Okay, you can hear me now. I should
In just
mute.
4 months,
Thank you so
Phoenix
much,
Gate
everybody.
has
God, this is
strengthened
such a
its
collective
professional
effort.
network
I am super
of nearly
grateful for this.
1,000
You're going to have to give me a moment
Together,
so that we can
we
shut
have
this
reached
down
over
from here.
30,000
Thank you
professionals
so much.
in the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria,
So how about now?
Uganda,
Please just give me the
and
feedback
Kenya.
quickly so that
From
we can
LinkedIn
go ahead
sessions
and
that drew
move
nearly
into
1,000
our
attendees
conversation.
weekly to live events attended by 16,000
Please, I would want
individuals,
some
our reach
real good
and
feedback.
influence have been extraordinary. The hard work and dedication of the Phoenix Gate team have not gone unnoticed. This year, our community was honored with a prestigious Social Impact Award of the Year and recognized as the most impactful community of the year. These accolades reflect our unwavering commitment to driving positive change across global communities. Beyond career development, Phoenix Gate has made significant strides in public health. Collaborating with international and non-governmental organizations, we have led impactful medical campaigns and health education programs. The expertise of Dr. Marcus as a public health expert and Scrum Master has been instrumental in these successes. Are you struggling with your online visibility? Have you ever imagined that you could be a commanding influence and established as a thought leader in your industry? Are you focused or under pressure about an uncertain career future? How about landing your dream job opportunities? At Phoenix Gate, we have reached over 30,000 professionals and business leaders all over the world, breeding thought leadership, global visibility, and excellence. We support, train, and set you on our platform to shine while showcasing your expertise to the world. As we reflect on this incredible journey, we are filled with gratitude of our members, partners, and supporters who have made this achievement possible. Phoenix Gate Group is not just a network, it's a thriving community committed to growth, impact, and excellence. Here's to even a brighter future. We rise together. Legend tells of the phoenix, a mythical bird that rises from its ashes, embodying renewal, strength, and transformation. This year, the Phoenix Gate Group has channeled its spirit to inspire, connect, and empower professionals worldwide. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, founder and lead coach, we have soared to new heights. Let's take a moment to celebrate the achievements, milestones, and impact of this past.
Hi everyone, I think this was a community effort. Thank you so much for all the push. I didn't even know because I was literally backstage. So I'd want to say good evening, everyone, depending on where you're joining us from. Sorry, so good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. You're welcome yet again to the Phoenix Gate experience. And for me, I am super excited to see you. So as our manner is, I would apologize, right, for coming in a little bit late. Like I said, I was here, but then I didn't know that the intro was running. So I really, really apologize for that. Thank you so much for all the corrections. Literally, it was a community effort, and I am so honored. So part of the things you're going to have to help us do quickly, please just quickly introduce yourself so that I can just go ahead and give you all the spotlight that you need. So I would also want to say to our speakers who are currently on this live with me, please, whenever you're ready and camera ready, just send me a message right behind and I'll bring you up. So the first thing we're going to be doing as our manner is to be spotlighting literally everybody who has made this event super possible. So for everyone who literally came in early, please just help me introduce yourself, and please also help me confirm that you're still not hearing anything on the background, because I think something happened that I wasn't totally in control of. But then I'm super grateful that you were able to stay in at least the few minutes where we had this technical challenge. So I am going to be okay. Awesome. Thank you so much for the feedbacks. Awesome. So I'm going to be given an opportunity, like as our manner is, please just introduce yourself in the comment section and I'm going to spotlight you literally. I'm sure some of you noticed what happened last week. I mean, by the time we could come back the next week, I said the last time when I was checking that video that was already recorded, we had about 1,500 views already on that video. So just imagine that we will literally, anybody who clicks on this video right at the end of it, right, would always hear me call your name. And then for me, I think it's a very big what's the word, a PR, in the sense that you can actually literally chop it off and use it for something else, right? So you're welcome again. Oh, thank you so much. That was a very good confirmation. Thank you so much for coming on board. While my lead speakers for the night are getting ready, I just want to say thank you so much for coming around. Yes, thank you. Okay, awesome. So please just yes, so right now I'm actually waiting for you also. I'm going to start by just spotlighting everyone who has spoken earlier. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I can see Latifa already. I saw, like I said, some persons might not be visible to us. For some reason, it's written LinkedIn user. So I really apologize. I might not spotlight because, of course, there's nothing to spotlight there officially. But then thank you so much, Timmy. I can see you. Yes, good evening, everyone. So, okay, thank you so much, Miss Soma. I actually thought that you guys were not hearing me, but I am so grateful for that quick catch. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening, Aisha. Good evening. That's from your end, right? Tina, thank you so much for coming on board. Chioma, I can see you. Thank you so much for coming on board. I can see Ophelia. Thank you so much, Ophelia, for coming on board. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Omola Dave, for the invite yesterday. I had a very swell time. Okay. Thank you so much, Chioma Okafor. I can see you. Yes. So we've already started our spotlight. Thank you so much. I think we have a first spotlight for the night. You're welcome, Hannah Ofia. Okay, she's a pharmacist and a digital health advocate. She's also a project manager, and she's excited to be here. Thank you so much. Now, for all the people who are currently joining us from all other platforms, I'm literally seeing you guys coming, and I want to say thank you. This is a big win for us because literally our events used to be solely on LinkedIn, but now, of course, we're being honored to have you. So I can literally see the listeners rise. So thank you so much. If you're joining us from Facebook, from YouTube, you're well acknowledged right here. I can see Christiana. Thank you so much for coming on board. Yes, she's a digital marketer and she's glad to be here. Literally, thank you so much, Jigs. Oh, well, everything you had to say was fire, so you're welcome. Okay, so I can see Ruth. Thank you so much, Ruth, for coming. She's a ghostwriter and then a non-fiction editor. So, like I said, the rules of engagement for LinkedIn right now is a lot more different because unlike our audio events where literally when people just come in, you just see them and you know that they are here. Like I said, your comments is your visibility for the video event. Literally, your comment is your visibility. It means that nobody will know you're here. And it's a pro and cons, yes. For those people who probably don't want anybody to know them, you don't want to grow for the night, you don't want to meet exceptional persons, then don't comment. But if you do, you're literally going to meet exceptional people, just like I am currently spotlighting. I can see Ruth. Okay, I said she was a ghostwriter and a non-fiction editor. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I think I know this person. This is Christiana. She's such an amazing person. I think her settings is still not clarified, but then she is, um, okay, she's always here 15 to 20 minutes before the start of the show. I'm grateful that we had to highlight this. I hope a lot of people understand how much people are putting into this event because of the nuggets, the fire we literally get every single time we have to show up. Thank you so much for coming, Christiana. I'm so sorry that it's obvious that you have not been able to unravel literally um your security up to now, but then you're welcome. I love you. Thank you so much, ma. I can see Azine as well. Thank you. She's a virtual assistant that specializes on administrative assistance and also customer care support. Thank you so much, dear ma, for coming on board. Yes, this is Aishat. Aishat is an administrative virtual assistant who helps business owners and CEOs transform chaos into clarity. And she's also looking to take the weight of admin tasks off your shoulders and focus on truly what matters. Every CEO literally knows that you don't play with virtual assistants. In fact, we're looking to a future of workspace where they are literally probably just it's just the CEO and of course virtual assistants and then of course AI and the crew. So I'm hoping that everybody's literally upscaling for that. Okay, so I can see okay, this Ekaiti says, hi everyone. I am Ekaiti. I'm a virtual assistant. Thank you for having me. Yes, and I'm super excited to have you as well. Thank you. So we can all see that we have lots of virtual assistants. Okay, so I can see Neka. Thank you. She's almost always consistent. Thank you so much for coming on board. I can see Tommy Samson. Samson is a real estate consultant, and he helps financially conscious individuals maximize real estate and market their financial growth. One of the things I would want to also tell you guys as a cheat sheet is, please, every, since you know that these events will literally happen every week, what you need to do is just write those summaries and make sure you pay attention to some of the things you give up, because literally I've seen this week at the boot camp, we literally saw leads. So you don't know who is currently on this live, you don't know who is going to have access to all these videos. Like I said, once we're done with the video, it's literally permanent. We can't, well, we are considering always deleting it after the event, because we actually want to drive people to our YouTube, right? So, but then I said it again, just always leave those comments, because someone can just click on and is watching, and this might just be your ticket to a job. Like I said, our last week's event, we literally had 1,500 views. So you can imagine, or other than the way we'd normally do our audio events, where we just have probably, like, let's say the highest we've gone, sometimes we've gone 200, we've gone 200 plus, almost getting to 300 at some point. But you can't beat this. I mean, literally, you're going to have your materials on the internet and everybody has access to it, and including people who will be coming into the week. So please, like I said, this event has always been a partnership thing for us. So for me, it's not really about the Phoenix Gates, it's about you. The Phoenix Gates event is about you. You commenting will also give you an opportunity to as well reach out to other people who are in the comment sections, who probably will be needing your help as well. So I would want to say again, thank you so much for coming on board. I'm going to spotlight at least three more persons while our speakers get ready. I can see my amazing mommy M already ready. And then I would check in to see as many speakers who are already camera ready. I can see Simran already. So this is super awesome. Thank you so much, Simran. And I'm going to give us a moment to just say hello to the audience. But let me just quickly be done with about 2 or 3 spotlights, and then we go on to the events proper. Okay. So this is a cheese. That's what she's asked me to call her, right? Okay. This is Husseina. She's an advocate through storytelling, and she's glad to come here. Okay, so the next person is Ophelia. Ophelia, thank you so much for coming for our event as well. Okay, let me spotlight Ophelia. Ophelia, she's a social media manager and also a copy and content writer. Thank you so much, Ophelia. We really, really appreciate your coming. So 2 more. Okay, I'm just drawn in to ensure that everybody gets an opportunity to be known. So Precious Kashima is the founder of Resilient Women's Tribe, and she's a confidence coach and an author. Thank you so much, Precious. So I want to let you all know that as much as you're dropping this comment, you are currently seen on all platforms as I spotlight you. Thank you so much for coming in, and super early as well. I'm so honored. I mean, someone saying that she came in, she always comes in 15 to 20 minutes. Now I know why it's so important for all of us to literally always show up early. Thank you so much, everyone, for all you do for the community. I'm going to still check behind stage to see how many of my speakers are ready, and then we'll bring them all up. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. So I'm going to take a moment. We're done spotlighting for now. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to just spotlight maybe the last person I can see from this end. And okay, awesome. Thank you so much for coming. So today is a very special day for us. We're going to be discussing our journeys so far, and then of course our journey through monetization. So you're going to just probably just give me a few minutes so that I can spotlight the community Phoenix Gates, and then we will go right into our event proper. So kindly just go ahead and leave as many comments. Just say hello to everyone you can see, and I'm going to just give an opening welcome speech. I know that a lot of you can see my slides. If you can see my slides, help me just comment can see. You don't have to write anything more, just write can see, so that we will rightly move on to the next event for the night. Thank you so much. So I'm getting feedback from us as well. Okay, so if you're just joining us for the first time, this is the Phoenix Kids group, and we are super excited to always see you. I mean, we prepare every week. We can call this our career gathering, right? And because I actually believe, oh, awesome, Temi Lolua, good to see you. I actually literally believe that every career deserves an opportunity to be vetted at least weekly. And then businesses, everybody needs help in that direction. I know that there are a lot of what's the word, spiritual traffic during the week, at least once a week, and literally every other organization you have might have have an opportunity to always touch down at least weekly on what they do. For us, the Phoenix Gates Group is like a gathering to ensure that every single person who has been trying to find an opportunity, earn money, or improve their career will find an opportunity to learn directly, of course, at no cost. So if you're currently at this event, obviously you didn't send a dime in our direction. So, but then I want to say thank you so much for always trusting us with your airtime every single time. So quickly, we're going to just be introducing Phoenix Gate because we know that there are lots of people who are currently on this call tonight who are not, who probably are just meeting us for the first time, especially because we have diversified into other platforms, right? So I'm going to just quickly I'm going to just introduce us in a bit, and then we go right into our events for the night. Give me a moment. I'd want to say thank you once more for coming. So basically, if you're just meeting us for the first time, this is the Phoenix Gates Group, and then essentially we're a movement dedicated to empowering individuals to achieve their full potential, whether business or career. Our topics are literally spanned to ensure that you are not just one other person who is probably just existing in a workplace. The idea is to consistently empower you to have global connectivity, and then to ensure that you're able to have trade, the word is trade, or interact or learn, and then thrive as well. The goal is global space, right? So if you're meeting us for the first time, like I said, for you to even see us here, just like I communicated last week, right? We had to build. So everybody who is currently on this call, we are here again telling you by the topics we have curated to let you know that we don't let purpose find us. We sit down and we build. And that's why we're showing up literally every week, because we are here to ensure that you are being built to stand out, right? You are being built to stand out. So if you're just meeting us for the first time, we have curated over 50 events. Yes, 50 events so far, 21 personally. Okay, I have spoken in 50 events. We have curated over 21 events. And now we are really close to our 20,000. And I'm super, I think this is now where everybody should literally scream, right?
Okay, just hold on a bit, everyone. Good evening. I'm sure Dr. Vivian will be joining us soon. Probably a network glitch. Okay, there we go. She's here.
Okay, awesome. I was still
Welcome back.
speaking. Thank you so much for that catch. So as I was saying before now, we're currently in our implementation bootcamp, and some of the speakers who are going to be speaking tonight are going to just help us in a bit, just share their stories, and then we're going to move right into the event proper. So the next voice you're going to be hearing is that of my own very special. I call her my mommy, right? I know this is a professional space, don't hang me. But I call her my mommy because she's someone who has always offered support in my LinkedIn journey. So the next voice you're going to be hearing is that of Mrs. M. Olushola, and she's going to tell us some of the exciting journeys she has been, or some of the contributions, and maybe what LinkedIn is to her, maybe as a tip in the iceberg. Dear Martha, the mic is yours. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank you, Dr. Vivian, and hello, everyone. I'm happy to share a glimpse of my journey over the last 30 years. Yes, I've spent much of my career as an HR expert in a company, and I taught people communication skills and etiquette particularly. So you can imagine after retirement, I told myself I had to be refired. So I'm retired and refired. Always remember that. And that is a twist to my story. I came on LinkedIn and discovered the Phoenix Gate community. That was the beginning of the fun that I can actually lay claim today, because it sharpened my skills. I even improved on my profile and all of that, because I kept getting that nudge to do better for myself. So every training, I try to take that opportunity. And I was in the masterclass sometime last year. Then this year, I joined the boot camp. You can imagine joining a boot camp at my age. Initially, I was scared because I just thought, wow, can I keep up with the others? But guess what? 7 days into the boot camp, and I am coasting home fine. I have had a training session. The opportunities are very many, but I'll share with you a few. I have actually trained for an organization that found me on LinkedIn. It was a 3-day residential at their training. It was on site. So I actually took the training at their own place. After that, I have trained for 2 other organizations, and this has been more of leveraging communication skills and etiquette for more effectiveness in the office space. So that got me thinking, that you mean I could just get these opportunities on LinkedIn? Then I decided that I was going to give it all that it deserves. So last week, I actually offered to train people in business etiquette for free. And that training is taking place towards the end of January. These are the kind of things that happen when you are happy in the space where you find yourself. This boot camp has given me a new perspective. I am not one on, I have these many likes and all, but what I found was that one of my posts actually went up to 120 people. And I'm like, oh, really? But one of the things that have been very endearing for me are even the opportunities that are coming. I have people who would like to collaborate with me this year. I have speaking engagements coming. You can imagine all those things make me really happy. So here I am, retired, and remember, refired. So if you are new to LinkedIn, let me give you a tip. Please give it the attention it deserves. LinkedIn is like a university, and when you are in the right community, it's amazing how doors will open for you. I'm not going to take too many words out of the speakers, the keynote speakers that we have today. But one of the things I would like to share with you, if you are new to LinkedIn, please take it seriously. Make sure you learn all the rudiments, because it's one of the things that I have benefited, on LinkedIn. A lady reached out to me today and said, oh, I haven't even had any engagement. People don't like my post. And I told her, I said, you've got to learn the ropes. LinkedIn is good and is a wonderful place to be. I am so fired up for 2025 because I know what is in store for me. So if you're new and you're here today, just grab your seat and sit very tightly. Don't leave for a minute so you don't miss out. And I leave the stage today. 30 years of speaking, and I have honed this ability to be able to help people. I have trained over 3,000 people, and it's my joy to keep impacting lives because I have people who have moved from, oh, I can't do this, to, wow, you have done great. So thank you for having me. Remember, once again, retired, but what? Refired. Thank you. Have we lost Dr. Vivian?
I am actually here. Sorry.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Thank you.
So please help us react all across the room. Now you can clap. Now you can as well document. Let our speakers literally see all the love brimming their directions. So the next person we're going to be bringing up to speak is none other than our excellent Tolu Ekwi. Dear Tolu Ekwi, the mic is yours. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Vivian. By the way, I thought the intro video was fantastic. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here and to be sharing the stage with these amazing people. for the time being. I want to say that today I'm so grateful that I came onto LinkedIn. I joined LinkedIn about 2020, February 2020, but I had no idea what it was. I didn't know what it was about. I just figured it was yet another social media platform. So you try to do what you do on other social media platforms and you don't really get the same kind of engagement. I don't know if anyone in the audience can relate, but when it didn't seem to be working the way I figured it should, I backed out. Thankfully, about a little over a year ago, I came back on, and this time I was willing to learn. So, number one, be willing to learn. I'm a public speaker. My name is Tolu Ekwe. I'm a public speaker. I'm a marriage coach. And in my time of being active on LinkedIn, I started doing a marriage series, okay, a series about marriage. And that has been amazing. There are human beings here on LinkedIn. I want you to think of Uber. Think of how Uber does not own any taxis, but they connect people who need a taxi with people who have a taxi. And that connection is what LinkedIn is. You're out there, you have your skills, you have your talents, you have your abilities. And there are people out there who need your skills, need your talents, need your abilities, but they don't know about you. LinkedIn affords you the opportunity to help them to find you. And that's what I've found here. But thankfully, you know what? Without the support of organizations like Phoenix Gates, and I'm calling it an organization because this is an amazing organization, it has been so helpful in connecting me with people who need me. In this boot camp, like Mommy Shoemimo mentioned, we were part of the same masterclass, and then we joined this boot camp. And for me, it was like, oh my God, it's the beginning of the year. I have so much on my plate. Can I do this? But do it afraid. So, point number two, do it afraid. So, I started. And guess what? In these 7 days, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I think that's Christiana. In these 7 days, the change is already so massive. I'm getting more attention than ever. I've had invitations to speak at different places. I've had connections and collaborations. People are reaching out. People are noticing me. Like has been mentioned, it's not about likes and comments. It's great to have those, right? But it's more about connections. Of course, you have to go through the likes and comments to get the connections. So it's been so amazing. I'm just so grateful to be part of this amazing community. And if you're sitting out there and wondering, how do I navigate this space of LinkedIn? You're in the right place. Because one of the things, too, that I experienced, I am a a best-selling author, co-author of 2 books, right? And in the last book launch I did, this organization helped me, pointed out to me, no, you need to fix this, you need to tweak this. They didn't need to do that. But this is a place where it's all about growth, helping you to become better, helping you to give your best. Dr. Vivian is about excellence. Connect with her and you'll be amazed what you can get. I want to say thank you so much for this amazing venture. And thank you that I'm a part of it and that I'm connecting with such amazing people. All right, so quickly before I finish all the time, back to you, Dr. Vivian.
Thank you so much. I am so grateful to have you here. And she is an amazing person. Like I said, everybody who is currently on this live event, all you have to do is check on the posts for this event. All their profiles are attached to the speaker for the event so that you can go ahead, please, like our manner is, ensure you are connected to them. If you are on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and as well as YouTube, right after this event, I'm going to drop their handles. They will send their handles for their YouTube so that you can as well just check out what they are doing there, as well as Facebook. So the first 2 persons who have spoken are excellent public speaking coaches. So quickly, we're going to be going straight to the next phase of this event, right? Give me a moment. Okay, so Sinan, can you hear me? Okay, awesome. I think there was a little bit skip right there. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So thank you so much, everyone, for staying in with me. I think I had some network glitch in a moment, but then we're going to be going right into the next part of this event. I have one more person to speak. Aminat, please just go ahead and tell us your journey so far in the implementation bootcamp. What have you learned? And then we're going to be listening to our speaker of the day. Thank you so much. The mic is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Vivian. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear
Crystal
me?
clear.
Okay. So
Crystal clear.
I'm Haminat Olasheni Ognolola. People call me Coach Shenix. So I'm a quality assurance officer in a leading pharmaceutical firm, and I've started my career in the pharmaceutical about 13 years back, and I'm currently focused on public health outcome, and that's why I got a master's in public health some years back. So about my LinkedIn journey, it's surprising that I actually have been on this platform since like 2014, and I was being partially active maybe just some years back. But last year, 2024, like middle of last year, I became active until I stumbled into personality like Dr. Vivian, and then the fire was it was on another level. The ginger was on another level, and I actually, over the course of my life, for the past 15, 20 years, I have an intentional journey that I'm building. And then I have a vision that I'm working on. And, uh, collaborating with Ginger, Doctor like Dr. Vivian, by the grace of God, some of these vision I've been able to implement when I joined the boot camp. So just within a week of joining the boot camp, I would say I've been able to pre-launch my community. Within this period, the visibility obviously has increased. I got my first speaking engagement for LinkedIn Live today. Actually, I got it so through this platform and all of that. And aside of that, I just want to encourage everyone that if you are a youth, or not just a youth, because we've seen our mommy here, she's retired, but she's refired. But if you are here and you have a purpose on this platform, I would advise that you take this very, very serious. It has also being active on this platform has also helped my own journey, my it has also helped me in my office, because usually I'm always learning, improving, and posting on LinkedIn when I became actively active on LinkedIn. And some of my peers, my colleagues, my teams, they started noticing it, and it's also helped me earn their trust the more, and it's increased the ability to influence. So you have the value, but you need the visibility sometimes, to make people know what you are able to offer. And I want to sincerely appreciate Dr. Vivian for for starting this. It's really amazing, and I'm really happy and proud to be part of your new team. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. You're welcome on board. Thank you as well. Congratulations, by the way, to your public speaking gig. So we've said it over and over again. Phoenix Gates and public speaking is almost collabo, right? So if you're not from this side of the world, it actually just means that we're very pro speaking. So every time you have an opportunity to probably be one of our speakers, you can be sure that you literally almost have another opportunity to speak across again and again and again. So for the first time, I literally, this next person I'm going to introduce, right? I literally chased him down literally for 3 months, 3 good months. Like, you would, all of you will not understand what it takes to literally bring these excellent persons on board. It's a lot of work. Sometimes I'll sit at home and then my brain is breathing on its own. So, but then he's going to tell us why. We've been literally looking for him all across LinkedIn, but then he's such an amazing person, an amazing personality. Tonight, I'm going to just quickly give him an opportunity to speak. and then he would share with us a lot of things that we need to know, because there are some people that we call the OGs of LinkedIn. So you better be hearing it now. So if you're all across platforms, Facebook, and then you're on YouTube, and you've never met our communities, this is a time to sit still. So I would ask everybody who is currently on this live, please help me share this live, because we need to get it to as high numbers, because we don't want such amazing nuggets to be distributed and then there are not much people to take it in. Please help us share as our money is. Like I said, if it's your personal brand as a challenge, we always find a way to probably just take it out after the event. But then please just help us share right now, because we need to get people in. We cannot have excellent people right now on this platform and then we're not over 200. Please, guys, let's do this. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming on board. And the next voice you're going to be hearing is that of Mr. Bright. Then, Mr. Bright, the mic is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vivian. Please, can we all confirm that you can hear me loud and clear? Or you can hear me loud and clear? Okay, thank you very much. Um, Thank you, Dr. Vivian. Thank you, everyone. I wish I can mention all our names, but please, I appreciate you. It's an honor to be here, as well a privilege to be speaking to your community. Dr. Vivian is someone whom I admire so much, and yes, she has been pursuing me for the longest time. She's a very consistent person, very understanding, and very persistent. There are times when I'll see her message and I'll say, oh my God, I would look at my calendar and try to find a suitable time. But you see, I'm someone who I won't call myself a perfectionist, but then if I have to do something with my name attached, I want to give it my best. I want to put all myself into it. And then I just figured that December was a very busy time for me. But January, I'm still in the restful period. We're strategizing to enter the year. So I said, you know what, let's do this January. And then the first message I saw in January was Dr. Vivian again. I'm like, oh my goodness, she doesn't give up. She doesn't give up. That's a trait that everyone should pick in. Um, the ability to be persistent on a particular goal. If Dr. Vivian wasn't persistent, trust me, one thing is certain. I wouldn't have paid her attention. She wouldn't have gotten me. And whatever value I want to download or upload to you all tonight, you wouldn't have gotten it. Okay? So that persistence is very key. Dr. Vivian, please confirm how many minutes do I have so I can put my thoughts together. How many minutes do I have? You can say it on the
15.
15. Okay. Please be my timekeeper. I would run as fast as I can. Okay. But then when I'm approaching the end, just let me know. I want us to pay attention to a few things I'll be sharing with us. I want to speak specifically to monetizing on LinkedIn. I would have taken the next 2 or 3 minutes to share my story, but I'll leave you to Google me. And I say that confidently because I have done a bit of impactful work, and you can Google me and find my story. If I have to be the one to tell you my story, then I haven't done enough work. So, yes, Google me. I say that confidently. You should be able to get to the point where you tell people to Google you and they would see things about you. Yeah, so I've been doing some work that are Googleable, if there's any word like that. Okay, but then LinkedIn has been a game changer for me. If it's anything to talk about, I started off being intentional on LinkedIn last year, this time, with just 400 followers. Yeah, basically 400 followers. And then I started becoming intentional about it. I started learning the ropes. I followed a few of some people who were doing well on LinkedIn. I learned how they did their thing. And then I found my own voice. I found my own niche. I found the people I am called to speak to. I found my own tone. I stopped doing the copy and paste because, oh, this is what everybody is doing. Let me do it. Oh, this is the kind of content that is trending now. Let me do it. I found my own niche, you get. And that was what I started focusing on up to the point where I found myself now. I would say predominantly that all of the speaking engagements I've had has been from LinkedIn. I had 21 speaking engagements. 17 of them were paid. I think only the others were free speaking engagement. I'm talking about people reaching out to you to say, what's your rate card? This is how much we're paying for you to come and speak at our event. They were not free events. I've been able to speak on platforms like Business Day, SME 100, platforms like AOT, Art of Technology, which happens to be the biggest tech event happening with the likes of Governor of Lagos, Commissioners of Technology, and so on and so forth. I don't want to make tonight's session about me, please. So let me go into the value, okay, I have put together for you. So I would say again, if you want to hear my story, please Google me. All right, let's do this. We'll be talking about how to monetize on LinkedIn, which is very important. We all walked into 2025, and I believe that 2025 is that year we want to get it right. We want to not repeat the same mistakes from last year, and we want to give it our best shot. I'll start by saying this. While you are busy sharing content on LinkedIn, commenting on LinkedIn, reposting on LinkedIn, some people are actually making money on LinkedIn. Like LinkedIn has added to their financial freedom, financial empowerment. And I'm not just talking your local currency for us in Nigeria, which is Naira. I'm talking about in dollars. There are some people who LinkedIn has been their stream of income that has paid them more than their 9 to 5 through LinkedIn. You know, again, let me continue by saying that we don't want to make the mistakes we've made in 2024. So we want to do things differently this year. For you to be able to monetize LinkedIn, you need to start with what I call a mindset shift. Okay? You need to start with a mindset shift. So there are some mindsets that limit people from making money on LinkedIn or monetizing LinkedIn. Because of time, I'm going to run through it without so much detail. The first mindset shift you should have is to stop seeing LinkedIn as a job platform, as a place where you just get jobs. Some people, that's all they do on LinkedIn. They only visit LinkedIn when they are out of jobs and when they are looking for a new job. And then they refurbish their CV and then they come on LinkedIn and start looking for jobs. Such people will never make money on LinkedIn. In fact, if you tell them that people are making money on LinkedIn, it will be like a shock or surprise to them. The other mindset is people who feel that they need to have a lot of followers. So in your head, you feel like, oh, you need to have this, there's a certain level of followers you must have before you can command sales. Oh, you're on 2,000 followers. Okay, maybe when I get to 5,000 followers. Oh, you're on 5,000 followers. Okay, maybe when I get to 10,000 followers, by the time I open my mouth, wow, everybody will be buying from me. Or you're on 10,000 followers. When I get to that kind 20, all that is limiting you. You do not need thousands of followers to make money on LinkedIn. Another mindset shift you should have is that you must be an expert. You start by saying, oh, I'm not an expert. What do I have to offer? I am not an expert. What do I have to offer? The first question is, who is an expert? On LinkedIn, let me tell you the truth. People would call you what you call yourself. People would address you how you address yourself on LinkedIn. So if you already feel that you are not an expert, you will never be an expert. Now, I'm not trying to trivialize what it takes to be an expert. Of course, it requires training, it requires years of experience, it requires commitments, even certifications. But some people have these things, but still do not see themselves good enough to offer or to sell on LinkedIn. So please do away with that mindset. Oh, maybe you're seeing another person and this person looks big and you feel like you're not up to their standard. I mean, what can you offer? You have nothing to offer. That's limiting. Okay. Another thing that limits us is when you say things like your industry. Because of your industry, you have nothing to sell. Because of your in the for instance, while speaking to someone, she happens to be in architecture, and she said, what will she sell? What can she sell? Is it, she was confused. She didn't have clarity about what to sell. And then after my one-on-one engagement with her, I was able to open her eyes to understand that no matter the industry you find yourself, you have something that people can pay for. You have something that people can subscribe to. Okay? You have something that people can put money down to get that value from you. So these are some of the mindset shifts that you need to have before you can start thinking to sell on LinkedIn. All right. Now, moving on, I'll be speaking in three categories. First of all, the mindset shift. Secondly, what you need to consider. And then thirdly, how to monetize. Okay. So we have done the first one, which is the mindset shift. The second one is what you need to consider. Before I continue, please, I would like to confirm that I'm not speaking to myself. Can I see your reactions? Just drop anything, maybe in the comment section. Okay, I see your, thank you. I need to be sure that our audience can hear me still. I'm not speaking to myself. Please drop an emoji or something to just confirm that I am not speaking to myself. Okay. All right. That's great. Thank you so much, everyone. All right. Let's go on to the next pillar that I have to discuss, which is what you need to consider before monetizing on LinkedIn. Now, please pay attention. The first thing you need to know is on LinkedIn, if people can see you, they will notice you. If they like you, they will listen to you. And if they trust you, they will do business with you. I'll say that again. I'll say that again. If people can see you, they would notice you. If they like you, they will listen to you. And if they trust you, they will do business with you. Did we all get that? Now, that is a factor you must consider before you think of selling on LinkedIn. How do we break down these quotes? First of all, people need to see you. You need to be visible. You cannot come on LinkedIn once every week and think that you would always get the same energy or acceptance from people. The people who post on LinkedIn every day, they are not mad. They know why. The people who post on LinkedIn every 2 days, they are not foolish people. They know why. For you, you post once in a week as chairman or chairlady that you are, and you feel that when you come, everybody would run after you. Brother and sister, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing new you have to offer on LinkedIn that somebody else is not offering. So think about it. When people want to buy or subscribe to a service, who is the first person they think of? It's the people that are in their face, the people that they see most often. I, for one, because of my busy schedule, I cannot keep up with posting every day, but I respect people who do that. I wish I could. But my strategy or my advice for being consistent on LinkedIn would be post every other day. Post every other day. So my days for posting naturally are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What I do on the other days, I engage heavily. So on Tuesday when I'm not posting, I'm engaging. I'm engaging intelligently. I'm engaging strategically. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you would definitely hear from me. This gives me enough time to create the content and then to push it out. Okay? So people need to see you. All right? What did I say? If people can see you, they will notice you. If they like you, they will listen to you. Now, how would people like you? Your content. Your content. What are you posting about? The truth about LinkedIn and content is if you are empty, it will show. There's some people's posts that when I'm scrolling and I see their picture, I scroll over because I have read two nonsense content from them and I don't want to waste my time. Okay. So when I don't want to unfollow them because I know that someday, but I just scroll by. So don't make the mistake of in the name of wanting to show up on LinkedIn, you just post anything. If you are empty on LinkedIn, it will show. If you are a noisemaker on LinkedIn, it will show. If you are posting just you can't intelligent people on LinkedIn. They are CEOs, they are board of directors, they are advisories, they are counselors, people who know their stuff on LinkedIn. So you cannot, scam us through it. If you are good, we will know. Okay? So your content has to be rich in value. Rich in value. That's how people would like you. Another way people would like you is your content has to be relatable. I started off last year writing content that hits the heart. I write from my heart. Content that are very relatable. I'm not here to tell you marketing jargons, complex words, sound like a professor or a lecturer. No, I'll write like I'm talking to you, like you're my friend. Communication is when two people can understand themselves and the intention is achieved. All right. So your content, if it is relatable and it is value rich in value, people would like you. And then the other part is people, when they trust you, they will do business with you. When they trust you, they will do business with you. How do you build trust? You build trust by showing that you're a person of integrity. Your yes is yes and your no is no. You're a person of what? Integrity. You don't claim things falsehood. You don't come to LinkedIn and say, "Oh, yesterday I made $1,000 in 2 hours," and then there's no evidence to show for it. And then we look at your profile and nothing to show for it. But you feel that this is what people are posting. This is the content that is engaging, and you just post it. That is a very, very, you lose trust, you lose integrity. So another thing with LinkedIn is LinkedIn has to do with your name and your surname. So whatever you do, you must be a person of integrity, a person of good reputation. Okay. Now, moving on. What else do you need to consider if you want to monetize LinkedIn? You should be able to optimize your LinkedIn profile. By now, if you are on this meeting and your profile is not optimized, I can literally say that don't let it pass this week. From now till Friday, find either, if you can't do it yourself, find an expert, reach out to a mentor, and optimize your profile. Why? Because people, you know how they say, don't judge a book by its cover. On LinkedIn, people will judge you by your profile. All those people that run into people's DMs just after connecting with them, you just connected with them, and the next thing they are selling to you, they are sharing their profile, they are sharing their products. I cringe at such behavior. Okay, you should not do that. Build connection first before you move to sell to people on LinkedIn. But then, even when you send people DMs, buy this, I do this, I am a this, I am a that, the next place they will go to is your profile. And when they go to your profile and they don't see something that convinces them about what you claim to be, do you know the funny thing? Do you know the funny thing? They would not come back to you and say, "Oh, I came to your profile, but I didn't see what I was looking for. So that's why I'm not going to buy for you. Please optimize your profile." No, when they come to your profile and they don't see anything to convince them, they will leave. And you will never get the feedback. You will never know that it's your profile that's shooting you in the leg. You will never know that it's your lack of optimized profile that's making you not to get opportunities, not to sell. So take your profile seriously. Take optimizing your profile seriously. People will judge you by your profile. Another thing you should consider is to build a strong personal brand. Build a strong personal brand if you're looking to monetize or sell on LinkedIn. Why? People buy from people they like. People buy from people they like. There's nobody who goes on LinkedIn looking for what to buy. LinkedIn is not Jumia, Konga, or Gigi. People don't go on LinkedIn to buy anything. People literally go on LinkedIn to read, gain knowledge, get ideas. You understand? So if you want to sell on LinkedIn, you need to build a strong personality. And in building that strong personality, you need to be able to build what I call the SHF factor. What did I say? Nobody comes on LinkedIn to say, oh, I'm going to LinkedIn, I'm looking for what to buy. I'm looking for who will take my money. I'm looking for who will sell to me. Nobody comes on LinkedIn to do that. People come on LinkedIn to consume content, to consume thought leadership. So it is people who are building strong personal brands that can sell to people, that people can buy from. So to build strong personal brand, you need to build what I call the SHF factor. What is the SHF factor? Your ability for people to see you, to hear you, and to feel you. Because of time, I might not be able to go into depth. But ability for people to see you, to hear you, and to feel you. See you means visibility. That's the easiest way to put it. You can't be scarce. You're not gold. You can't be doing I'll just show and come out. When they see me, they know I'm VIP. There's no VIP on LinkedIn. You have to show up every day if you really want to sell. Okay? SHF. S to see you. F is to feel you. How can they feel you? Your content has to hit their heart. They need to read your content and see themselves into it. They need to read your content and feel that you are talking to them directly. Not ChatGPT, something you copied on ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot. Yes, it's good to use those tools to bring up great content. I write with ChatGPT, hello. I mean, when I finish writing, I put it on Gemini and I say, improve on this content. Yes, I do that. I write with Copilot, I write with Gemini. But then I make sure it feels and sounds like me. I make sure I have one person in my mind and I say, who is that one person I am talking to? I write like I am talking to only one person. Eventually, I connect with a lot of people because there are thousands of one persons. So when next you write for one person. And eventually you will connect with so many people because there are thousands of one persons. I feel like my time is almost up, so let me run this through. Okay. The next thing you need to consider is to show social proof. If you really want to sell on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is a place where there are smart people. It's not TikTok. It's not vibes and inshallah. It's not come and dance and shake your body. It's not, oh, this is the latest trend. Move your body. Oh, baby, dance for me. That's not what we'll do there on LinkedIn. So you need to show that this thing that you say you can do, these are the people you've done it for, and these are the results they've gotten. It now means that you need to look for people you would volunteer to do it for free if you're starting out. Whatever skills you want to monetize, look for people that you will do it for free if you're starting out so that you can show what we call social proof. I have done it for XYZ people, and this is the results they've gotten. Then people can believe in you and subscribe to you or buy from you. There are no fools on LinkedIn. It's not TikTok. It's not Instagram. It's not, no. Okay? So you need to show social proof. Then, lastly, in this category, to consider is to be a solution provider, not a salesman. Be a solution provider, not a salesman. If you want to monetize LinkedIn, you need to come from a place of solution. You need to come from a place of, I want to solve problems for people, not I want to sell a product, or I want to sell a masterclass, or I want to sell this or sell that. Nobody's interested in that. Nobody comes on LinkedIn to buy anything. Just know that. But if you must sell, you need to come from the approach of solving problems. Be a solution provider, not a sales person. All right. Now, I'm going to wrap up by sharing with you or leaving with you some of these words for you to ponder on. All right. One thing I want you to understand as well is that your LinkedIn profile, especially your cover page, it is your billboard. It is your I say it's your billboard, it's your free billboard. I see a lot of people when you go to their LinkedIn profile, their cover page is not sending the right message. Sometimes some people's cover page is blank. This 2025 should be the year you stop it. That your cover page is blank. If we check some people's cover pages now, I don't know if you know what a cover page or cover photo, let me put it that way. Yeah, your cover photo is blank, but then that's your billboard. That's where you should be able to push a word of value, sell who you are, sell your content so people can what? Buy from you. Now, another thing I want you to think of is the value you provide determines the currency you will get on LinkedIn. The value you provide determines the currency you will get on LinkedIn or determines how much you will get from LinkedIn. It's about providing value. If you say you want to start selling anything on LinkedIn, start from a place of providing value. That will determine how much you will get out of LinkedIn. Another thing I need you to consider is that the key to monetizing LinkedIn is not about connections alone. Don't see connections as transactions, see them as collaborations. Genuinely connect with people. Genuinely connect with people. Build a connection when you're growing your network. I know we want to gain so many followers. I know we want to, accumulate so many followers as time goes on, but be able to build connection because people work with people they like. Don't enter into people's DM and start selling to them aggressively. Build genuine connections. And please stop asking people, how are you doing on LinkedIn DM? I don't respond to that question, especially when you're just connecting with me for the first time. I don't know if it's an automated message. There's another one that goes, it has been a while since we met. Something, something. It's like it's an automated message. Stop using those things. Deactivate them. You will see people we just connected, you're asking it, how are you doing? What is your business with how I'm doing? Find other unique ways to connect with me. I don't answer how are you doing if I don't know you, if I don't bloody know you. In fact, I will cringe. You will make me look at you like, I mean, why are you in my space? Now it's not pride, but the world is getting to the point where people are busy, people are engaged, time is money, time is of value. So you don't waste people's engagement time asking them, how are you? How is the family? And other personal questions that makes you feel like you lack boundaries. I wish I came with there's one popular one. Once you just connect with them to tell you it's been a while we connected. How have you been? You don't know me. Why are you asking me how have I been? Okay. Anyways, I hope that I've been able to share real value with you. I want to be able to use my time to say, to wrap up, okay? To wrap up, what are the things that you can monetize on LinkedIn real quick? Okay, you can monetize, digital products. Some people, some people don't even know what to monetize on LinkedIn. Can we agree on that? Some people don't know how to monetize LinkedIn. They don't know that they have what it takes to earn in foreign currency on LinkedIn. They have it, but they don't know. So let me wrap up by sharing with you the things that you can monetize. So you can monetize digital products. By digital products, we mean you can write an ebook, you can have templates, you can have audiobooks, you can have content calendars. These are modern things that are in use these days. There are a lot of people who need checklists. There are a lot of people who need workbooks, who need actual books, who need audiobooks, who need content calendars. You can monetize those. You can also grow yourself, grow a brand to the point where you become a brand influencer, even on LinkedIn. I know a couple of times brands have approached me to discuss something, a product, or talk about a webinar, or talk about paid engagement. Paid, not free. But you know what? Because I'm building a brand, because I have a niche, I most often decline 6 out of 10 because a lot of them don't align with what I want to be known for. I don't want to wake up on LinkedIn and today I'm talking about cryptocurrency. Next tomorrow I'm talking about AI. No, no, it's even related. It's related. I mean, things that are not so related in the name of I'm I'm building. I'm a brand influencer. I try to project myself within and around marketing, martech, and AI. Everything that has to do with brand strategy, marketing, that's where I position myself around. So, yes, you can create a brand for yourself, build a great followership, and become a brand influencer. And don't get it twisted. Don't think that you need 20,000 followers before you become a brand influencer. What these brands are looking at are your engagement, your impressions. So if your engagement and impressions are growing despite your followers, that is the thing that you should be showcasing, showing them. So take screenshots when you have viral content. Take them, take screenshot of your impressions, and that's what you need to build your portfolio if you're looking to become a brand influencer on LinkedIn. You can also share knowledge. You're knowledgeable in a particular thing, it comes to you freely. You've seen a lot of people ask you questions. Oh, how do you do this? They're trying to pick your brain. So people say, oh, I want a one-on-one. You can put it together in form of consultancy, one-on-one sessions, and sell knowledge. LinkedIn is a place where people are hungry for knowledge. People come to LinkedIn ready to consume knowledge. So yes, they will be willing to pay for that if you package it well. All right. So let me stop here, and I would like to say thank you very much, everyone, for listening to me. I hope you got value, and I look forward to having more sessions with you all. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Please, I want us to react all across the platforms. Please, if you want to see him again, just type bring back Mr. Bright so that we would literally find a way to drag him right back into this place. Thank you so much, sir, for the amazing nuggets. I was literally screaming in my mind because it was like you were amplifying my thoughts for this meeting. But then, more than that, is your ability to literally take us through the journey. And I want to say thank you so much, sir, for coming on board. You can be sure that we will call you back. Please, everyone, type bring back Mr. Bright. How do we do that? Is it be right back? Or let's do bring back BBB, BBB. Let it be, let him see it all across LinkedIn. Bring back Mr. Bright. Thank you so much, sir. This was fire, literally fire. I hope everybody who has been in and listening in was documenting. Of course, like we said, as our manner is, you don't come to the finished gates without a writing material. For those who are coming here for the first time, I'm so sorry. Maybe I didn't even remember spotlighting that because of the little technical issues we had at the beginning. But I want you to ensure that you listen to this again by the time we're done. Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. Bright. I'm so grateful. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. So we're going to be taking our next speaker. Literally, her time zone is GMT plus 8. So this is literally past 1 midnight or across. I'm so grateful, Simran. And she actually was telling me that she's not sure she might be able to make it, but I said, oh, well, we just want to hear about growth strategies. And because just as what Mr. Bright just told us today, for some people who say that engagement doesn't matter, you might want to think again, right? So, of course, there are strategies on getting those things because if you are aiming at thought leadership and, of course, brand endorsement, that is what you should arm yourself with. Thank you so much, Mr. Bright. You were a beautiful forerunner. Thank you so much for coming on board once more. So I'm going to be handing the mic to Simran. Simran, if you can hear me, kindly just say hello so that you can take the mic from here.
Hey everyone, thank you, Mr. Bright, for your sharing, and thank you, Dr. Vivian, for having me here. I know it's 1:30 a.m., but I'm still gonna keep the energy high. I know it's Monday tomorrow on my time zone. I was just texting Dr. Vivian that it's getting late on my side, but I just wanted to be here, and respect everyone, respect you guys, and this is my first time having an event across different time zones, like a very huge difference. So coming back to how have I known Dr. Vivian? So yeah, she just reached out via LinkedIn, and I checked out her profile, and it was great, the impact that she is driving and all of that. I was like, you know what? Even if it's different, let's do it. So that's the power of collaboration, Mr. Bright just mentioned about that across time zones. This is how you kind of like bring in your communities together. So coming back to on today's topic, which is LinkedIn monetization, right? So if I were to share a little bit about my story, I will try not to repeat the pointers as Mr. Bright said. So I'm going to give you some insights which are new. So I've been on LinkedIn fairly new, I would say 4 months. I mean, before that, I was just a corporate employee. I'm still am a corporate employee, But I do have ventured my 5 to 9, which I'm using LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is my only source of business as a designer, right? So I'm gonna say that again, only source of business as a designer. So I did Fiverr, I did Upwork. It did not work out for me. Number one, there's a lot of competition. Second, the prices are getting down a lot. So if you are someone who's selling out, digital services, digital products and stuff like that, and you're looking to venture out to Fiverr or Upwork, that is great. That's a good platform to kind of like expand. But please do not consider that as your only platform of your business. So LinkedIn is a good one. You can build a brand there, and I am a solely example of that. I'm sure a lot of speakers out here also have built their personal brands out of it on LinkedIn. So you can use the platform. So guys, let's take a step back onto like why LinkedIn, right? So there have been a lot of people reaching out to me lately saying that, hey Simran, do you do coaching on brand strategies? Do you do this? Do you want to coach me on a one-to-one and all of that? So all of that comes down to, some of them have questions like, oh, I'm planning to run like a tourist website, or I'm planning to attract audience for some XYZ business, which makes more sense for other platforms like Instagram, like TikTok or Facebook and all of that. So you have to consider as to why LinkedIn is your number one platform, or if LinkedIn is your right platform or not. So that's the first question you guys should ask yourselves. So because it might be that you are focusing a lot on LinkedIn, but it might not be the same platform for you, right? So if, let's say in this scenario, if it is a right platform, so after you have identified, okay, LinkedIn is good. As to my story, I actually did it in my Instagram account and came to LinkedIn. That's how I started off. It was that easy. I was like, I'm just wasting my time out there on Instagram, because I'm a typical Gen Z. So we Gen Zs are big on Instagram, right? So I was wasting my time watching people eating noodles, living a life while I was just comparing myself to them. And I was, what, it's just wasting my time. I'm getting a lot of eye bags, so it doesn't make sense to, waste be there on that particular platform. So I'm just gonna switch over to LinkedIn. So I was like, okay. I looked at my profile; it's so boring. Like I'm just a corporate professional doing blah blah blah, and that's it. And then I realized, and then I saw Jasmine LX profile. I was like, this guy is doing big. I was like, I want to be that. So I was like, okay, what is he doing that I'm not, right? So first of all, before I started off on LinkedIn, if you are someone who's new like me, so it's just been 4 months, you should consume enough content. That's the number one thing. Consume content to identify what you actually need, which is comes down to identifying your niche. So everyone talks about their ICP, everyone talks about the target audience. So what that exactly is, you will only come to know that only when you consume a lot of content. So try to shadow or try to connect or follow people who are there within your business. So if you're a content writer, follow people like Jasmine is a good one. We have Anisha, we have Ruben, who's the Easy Gen guy. So those are a lot of top creators that you can see who are already doing big on LinkedIn. So that's your number one step, to kind of like follow them. The second thing that you would want to do is coming down to see, okay, what unique thing can you bring out on LinkedIn? Because LinkedIn, sometimes you don't have to create content from scratch. Honestly, all you need to do is repurpose content that is already out there. Guys, there's a lot of content on social media. You can actually use content out there on YouTube podcast, use those or listen the podcast and use that material to pump it up into the LinkedIn, because nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about whatever is happening on Instagram. Nobody's talking about whatever is happening on YouTube. So this is where you have a lot of content out there. You can all channelize it up to the LinkedIn. So that's your content strategy. The third thing I would want to talk about, I know I talk a lot, sorry if I'm too fast. Am I? Okay, I'll take that. Thank you. Yes, and the third thing I would say is, for me, I focus more on engagement rather than content. Content creation is stress. When Jasmine says that, you should write every day, I'm sorry, I can't write every day. I have a job to run. I have a family to take care of. I can't write every day. That's impossible, right? Okay, I can write maybe 3 times a week. That's fine. So you should only write when you have something to say. This line is so important. Like, I know Bright mentioned that you should be consistent. So consistency is good, but you should only write on LinkedIn when you have something to say. For me, the number one quote is you can just skip a day rather than being a mediocre post in other people's feed. Just do that. Just skip a day. Skip a day, engage, know who is your audience, know what they need, what are their pain points, who the other people they're engaging with. So that's when you're trying to get into your audience's psychology and you're channelizing back into your own content. So that's being smart, right? So you're still being consistent, but you're not overdoing it. So that's when it comes to the number point three, which is on content. The fourth thing that you guys can do is when you're doing commenting on other people's posts or you're trying to engage with them, I would say try to break down your comments. Okay, number one, do long comments. Long comments always attract. This is as simple as that. Like if I see people looking at or commenting in my post like around 50 to 100 words, I would want to read that, even though after a while I'll be like, you know what, this AI generated, never mind, I read it. The purpose was done. I still read it. So if you would be reading someone else's long comments, it applies the same. When you do long comments, when you do descriptive enough, so always treat your comments as a mini post. Always do that. So when you're commenting with someone, you can always go like, hey, so this kind of like resonated with me. I have been through the same journey. This is something I would like to add, and always end up with a question. So that shows that one, you are being human, which is the number one thing that you should do on LinkedIn. Second, you're not doing AI generated comment. Third, it really shows that you respect the author, which is very much key. So that is everything that comes up to engagement. I have absolutely used this strategy. Even if you're new, you're very much afraid to kind of like create content, you can still engage. You can still put out your opinions. You can still attract audience just through your comments. I have grown my LinkedIn following up to like 6.5K now in just 3 months. I think it's pretty good for me. I know, I mean, other people might be doing better, but how I did that was just through commenting. So I just really create content, but I'm more in terms of engagement and stuff, because that's more comfortable for someone like me. So if that is you, I would say that you can try to use this strategy. And the last thing I would like to say is when you're engaging on LinkedIn, right, you always have to be a giver first rather than taking it back. So it all comes down to when you're posting. I mean, the rule of thumb, right? When you're posting, you make sure that you engage 1 hour before, then you engage 1 hour after. You have to do that. It's just the way. You can't be just like post and then coast and then like the next day I just want to wake up and see my post blown up. No, it does not work that way. So you gotta do it. You gotta engage with the people enough. And how it actually works is when you're engaging, let's say if I'm engaging with 10 new people, those 10 new people are going to come back to your profile, and they're going to look at your profile, they're going to engage with your profile too. So the engagement is going to get you and is going to attract more audience to your content. And always ensure that you're engaging with your first degree connections. Absolutely, first degree connections are very much key, guys. So whoever you're connecting with or you're accepting a request, just be a little bit skeptical about who you're requesting or who you're accepting a request, because those people are gonna really frame how your post performs. Because if your first degree connections like and engage with your content, it gets pushed more to the second degree and the third degree. And it also kind of like identifies how your post or feed looks like. So all of this is I'm sorry, I'm very much on engagement. I know Bright Talk already talked about content, so I'm not going to repeat that. So engagement is key. You can grow a business on LinkedIn. And the first thing, and the other thing, or the last thing that you can actually do to add on is always come up with client case studies. Always put out value. It can be as simple as how did you do or how did your service help someone before versus after. That's it. It's very simple. A testimonial or a video testimonial or just a recommendation by someone is going to go a long way. So that guy or your client itself is gonna be your extended sales team. So you don't have to personally go and pitch to everyone on LinkedIn. Hey, I'm selling this business, or hey, I'm doing this service and stuff like that. No, your clients or the testimonials are going to act as an extended sales team, which are going to pitch you up on LinkedIn. So client case studies, engagement, doing content, profile optimization, and number 5 is just being you and being unique is going to get you the sales. So I think that's pretty much it that I wanted to share today. And yeah, if you guys want to know more about what not to do on LinkedIn, I'm always up for it, because everyone is talking about what to do on LinkedIn. So I'm gonna add something new here. Thank you, everyone. It has been a pleasure. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. You can just feel free to put it up in the chat.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Simran. You taking your time to come here is a whole huge one. Please, I'd want us to please react all across the group. I don't know if I was probably speaking at midnight. I would probably be twitching because of usually how stressful my day can be. And for me, I would say it's a big one. Thank you so much for your time and that excellent nuggets. I love the way you focus so much on engagement, because literally a lot of people are still the cruise of thanks for sharing. I'm hoping that a lot of people who are currently in that room or will be leaving, like who are in that space of thanks for sharing, will officially be leaving. So I noticed that a lot of persons are currently on this live. Some people are not engaging actively already, and we're just being taught. So kindly just comment, say anything you want to say to her. I'm sure definitely she's reading it. So part of the things I would also want you to help us do is please help us share this live. Then I also wanted to add, okay, so let us spotlight all that they've been telling you, Simran. Okay, so then please let the questions start coming up. Let the questions start coming up. Let the questions start coming up now. If you have any questions, please go ahead and share. Go ahead and share some of the questions. Okay, somebody said, I love it. Love it. Awesome. Okay, so we are going to be looking out for that. The audience must have the following about you. Oh, all lovely. Knowledge, like, and trust you. Awesome. Awesome.
I think one of the questions that the audience might have is who to engage with. So it can be as simple as if you guys have Google Sheets or you have Excels, I usually create a list. So it can be 20% top creators. It can be 20% top creators, 60% your community, and the 20% rest is experimental or new connections. It's that simple. So 20%, the top creators can be the ones that you're always engaged, you're very committed to, you like their content, you like what they do, or you always want to stay on top to, what he's gonna come up with next. And then the 60% can just be your community building, because those are the people who have been supporting you. Those are the people who have been there for you when you were, you weren't showing up or on your skip days and stuff like that. And then the last 20% can definitely be new people, which is attracting more audience and attracting new followers towards your profile. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Simram. Okay. Someone says, can you expatiate more on the first degree connections?
Okay, sure. So let's come back to who are first degree connections, right? So first degree connections are the ones who you accept when they send you a connect request. And I used to do that just to increase followers, just to be honest here. Then I realized, no, you're not supposed to do that, because if you're accepting everyone who's sending you a LinkedIn connection request, 50% of them are not active on LinkedIn. So what that is doing is when you're posting out content, right, it is showing to your first degree connections first. That's how the LinkedIn algo works. It shows to your first degree connection, and then when they go and comment, it shows to their second and third degree. So that's how the whole framework works. So what now you're doing, if you're accepting everyone who's sending you a request, if they're not active on LinkedIn, when you send out a post, you're like, okay, I have 2,000 connections, but only 20 of them like my post. So what's wrong with others? Are they not acting on LinkedIn? Do they not like my content? Or, am I not good enough? And stuff like that. So they're just making you feel bad about yourself when they're not even active on LinkedIn. So there's a reason why there are 1.8 billion users of LinkedIn and only 1% of them are active. There's a reason for it. So that is why you have to be smart when it comes to your LinkedIn connections.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that beautiful addition there. Somebody said, what factors should one consider before choosing the right content themes?
Content themes. Okay. So, what factors? I would say first is definitely what do you want to talk about or what you're good at, right? Because a lot of people out there on LinkedIn are there to build authority or kind of like showcase themselves as experts. So some of the things that I do is I would just go to ChatGPT and kind of like ask them. I would like reverse this process to like what is the problem that my audience is facing. So you start with the problem first. So you have your niche. So what is the problem that my audience is facing? And then you use back to like a how-to statement. So how do I solve the problem that my audience is facing? Bam, you have your content. So the how-to are the steps to come up with a solution, and then you can craft that solution in your own ways. That's how simple it is to craft a content these days. I mean, there are definitely different categories of content. You can craft like expert content, you can craft personal stories, you can craft collaboration contents. Yeah, then you do divide your content into different categories. But if you are someone who is just starting off or just want to be something simple, yeah, just start off with the problem statement your audience are facing. Also, always try to read the comments that your community engages you with, because sometimes they ask questions and those questions can be what your audience is actually facing. So use that and craft a mini post or craft a post. Your engagement will definitely blow up because everyone is going to come up to their comment section and say, hey, I'm also facing that too, hey, thanks. And the person who asked that question is going to repost it. So you got to repost there. Simple as easy. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. I think someone else is asking a question. It says, if you do not post for many days, won't it affect your impressions? Of course, it will affect. I think what's his name answered that question a bit. He spotlighted the questions for a bit. Mr. Bright said it that those who show up every day are not goats and cats. So if you can't show up every day, know that you can't be performing as well as people who show up every other day. So if you show up every day, you can't perform as good as okay, people who show up every other day can't perform as good as people who show up every day. And then if you show up every day and there's someone who posts 3 times a day at the peak hours of the day, you can't perform as good as a person who posts 3 times a day. But then of course, as it increases, it can hurt your impressions. But those are I mean, it's just a law of commitment, right? It's a law of nature. Anything you give yourself to will definitely come back to you. So you find out why people are the best in class, best in this, best in that. You just paid more time. So if you actually are looking to grow on LinkedIn, you need to pay attention to the time you are giving to it. LinkedIn is like a bride, a newly wedded bride. So you know all the attention you need to give to it. Okay, somebody said, so can you delete some people that connected with you? Absolutely, you can.
Yes.
You can't. That's a bit unfair. I don't do that. but then you can't, because obviously you have a maximum connection rate. I think after 30,000
37,000.
connect,
Yeah.
yes, you can't go beyond that. So if you have a lot of redundant connections, it's going to be hurting your posts. So what I normally do is this: when somebody sends me connect, the first thing I'll just quickly do is go right to their profile, go to their page, and see the last time they posted. If that person doesn't post as much, that person is going to be hurting a lot of your reach, because like we all know now, LinkedIn would first show your content to your first degree connections. So if all your first degree connections are redundant, which was usually my case then, because most of the people in my niche are medical doctors, and well, now a lot of them are coming up in our communities. They are trying to pay attention and give their time. But one of the things I noticed that lots of them were redundant. So I had to consciously now know that, okay, a lot of people will first say, oh, ensure that you are connecting with the people in your niche. I said, who told you? It actually depends. You should connect with your ICPs, not necessarily people in your niche. If you're a designer, and now that we run Phoenix Gates and we make our graphic designs literally every week and we pay for them. So it means that if I saw probably a designer send me a connection request, I'll say, what's the relationship between Phoenix Gates and a designer? So it actually simply means that you need to pay attention to your niche, right? Yeah, your ICPs. Sorry about that. I think a message disrupted me. Give me a moment. Okay, good insight about who to connect to. Okay, awesome. So you can do that and clean up your feeds. Okay, yes. So what are the peak time to post, Dr. Vivian? Well, for me, one of the things I keep telling our community persons is that there is this general um I think it's almost in every niche, whether praying or I don't know how to describe it. Basically, the six I'm talking about for GMT plus one now. If I'm speaking for GMT plus one. But then I figured out that if your post is up before 6 a.m., before 12, and before at least 5 p.m. in the evening, your people literally wake up to your voice all across the world. That's just one thing I found out, and it works every single time. So when I come up early in the morning, I notice that a lot of times most Nigerians or people from West Africa are already up and posts are already live. But when I come at the midday, that's when everybody Simran was talking about, all the Jasmine, Alec, and all of them, they all post around maybe one past one. For me, I would even say maybe Excel sheets might be, if depending on the time you have. All you have to do is when you meet these people who are consciously pushing like us, right? If you see the implementation bootcamp guys, just click on their profiles, turn on your notifications because they will be out by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's what we do. We'll just be out. So what you want to do is, for me, it's like migratory birds. That's how LinkedIn works. Engagement works like it's like a group of birds flocking around at a particular time. Your goal is to ensure that you jump into the wind. It's just like there's a story about I think is it I can't remember the particular creatures now that follow the wind. That's how engagement is. If you come a little bit more later than when you're okay, everybody typically in your sphere or circle comes to post, you find out that usually that particular day your post might do really poorly, except you're a top leader. And what most people do to top leaders is that they turn on their notifications for them so they can always just post at any time. But as that, I still notice that most of these people that were actually calling still post at particular times frame. They don't post outside it. So it's like people are waiting on them. So for me, it's GFT plus one. You just see that a lot of people by 6 a.m. are people are already coming out. So you engage and it will be super beautiful that even before you go to work, you've already done all your engagements, and then time to time you can just check in to reply specifically and see what ideas people are churning out based on your post. Okay, so someone was asking another question. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, somebody's asking. So let's see if we have. Okay, so the do hashtags. Somebody said, do hashtags help in more visibility and effective like doing ads? Hey, it's far fetched. If you want to compare it to ads, that's super was ambitious. That's the word. For you to think that hashtag is the same thing as doing what do they call it, doing ads, that is super ambitious. But I think one of the things I've noticed is this, that most HRs, industry specific HRs, when they are trying to look for a person and they are desperately in need beyond posting jobs, they go ahead and just um, click on specific hashtags. Actually, it has happened to me before. So that was when I knew the importance of hashtag. Unfortunately, not most people use it. But then the thing about hashtag is this. Every time you use a particular hashtag, anyone who clicks on the hashtag will see everybody who has used the hashtag before. That's why for us in the 21 days implementation bootcamp, we say put the hashtag. Even if you're a thought leader, find a way to put it in your conversations, even if you don't want it to be the last thing that anyone would see. But hashtags are very, very powerful. In fact, you find out that most times all the people in a particular hashtag would easily see themselves. That's the algorithm always supports them compared to other persons. But being the same as ad, come on, that is overtly ambitious, overtly ambitious. But of course, if you want to be that well seen and known and heard, you might just want to go ahead and pay for those ads. And then premium has a certain advantage as well. I know, I've seen a certain particular community sharing premium to everybody. I think all of us would just go ahead and explore that as well. Okay. Yes, yes. Someone, Chema was saying something there. Good to see you, Chema. So who else? Is there any further questions? So that one of the things I wanted to do tonight as well is to make sure that all of us who are here can almost start monetizing immediately, because now we have told you what not to do. Literally, that's one thing I noticed that a lot of our speakers did. So if you're just coming in to the live, please help us share. Simran, thank you so much for your time. Please, if you do want to log off now, I totally understand. Thank you so much. I really,
Absolutely.
really appreciate it. Thank you
Right.
so much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for the speakers. And for the audience, I just have one message. You know what? Start owning your audience and stop renting it. It's that simple. Right? With that note, I'm going to log off. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
All right, thank you so much, Simram. I will definitely come into your DM and then we'll talk. I think we need more of this. Please, if you want more of Simram, say more of Simram. So we're going to do MOS. Okay, I think that is
Oh my
mommy
God.
show me
Right.
must. So MOS, more of Simram, more of Simram. So we can bring her right back. Oh,
All
Zuri,
right.
I can see you. Lovely to see you
Bye.
right
Have a
there.
good one. Bye, everyone.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much, Simran. Okay, see a lot of tables are being shaken. Please go ahead and comment. I'm seeing it right live. I will put it up here if you have any questions. Please help us share because now we're going to go deep into literally, we're going to be going deep into the conversations because a lot of awesome. So I'm seeing all the MOS. I hope she sees it when she comes on live much more later because it's pretty late from her end. I mean, 1 a.m. My goodness, I'm not sure I would have had the proper conversations because of how stressful things can be for me. Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you so much, Izini. Thank you so much, Uchichi. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Please help us share. Help us share. We have just a few minutes more. And then I just wanted to ensure that we actually put soap. Okay, so somebody's adding it up. Thank you. Somebody say BBB MOS. You are the next BBB. So I'm hoping that I'm going to bring you on the side. Please, you guys, you always make this event super easy for me. Right now, we currently have a what's the word now? We currently have a poll that was opened. We're asking for topic suggestions. Trust me, I have time. All the best voices you're gonna hear in this on this LinkedIn are literally going to come to this space. You can trust me. And I'm also looking forward to this as a collaborative opportunity. If you know you have something awesome, right, to share to us, please kindly just go ahead and be me so that we can start discussions already. But please, of course, we we'll always favor people who push our community because, like I said, okay, part of the things I'm going to also be discussing tonight is why everybody should always pay attention to the fact that any form of growth comes from giving. Growth comes from giving. If you don't give, there is no growth for you. So literally, the reason why some of us right here on this live currently, as we speak, are not yet monetized is because you are super concerned about you and not your ideal customers. That's number one, or partners. So those are the two main pillars. And I've noticed a lot of people have been missing out on. You want to grow, but you're not willing to partner with people who are already running on the four wheels. And then you want to grow and you're ignoring, what do they call it? You're ignoring your ideal customers. Or you're probably paying attention to, like we rightly said right at the beginning, is engagements. Like we said, a lot of people have engagements and they've not been able to convert it because they are overwhelmed with their engagements, right? So part of the things that we're discussed tonight is paying attention to your engagements, paying attention to your impressions, and paying attention to who is going to monetize or who is going to pay for those engagements. And sometimes your simple conversations of how your impression rose to a particular number of people per week can just be all that you need to discuss, right? So for a few minutes, I'm going to, if you know that you've never earned on LinkedIn, please just write never earned on LinkedIn. I just want to just put an NOL, never earned on LinkedIn. NEL, sorry, never earned on LinkedIn. If you've never earned, because it's going to let us know, or any other platform at all. Because now, sorry, I apologize. Most of my speakers were from LinkedIn, so in their conversations, they kind of cut people out. So this is me apologizing officially for those people who joined from Facebook and as well as those who are currently on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you're meeting us for the first time, you're welcome. This is the Finished Kids Rope. Please help us by sharing this event as well because there's a lot that we have on ground. Okay, so I am going to be going straight into the meat of the day. So if you've never earned on LinkedIn, just type the NEL. I'll just be so that I can spot, like, who is that? Chinicherem, you cannot say that. I'm removing. How can you say you've never earned on LinkedIn? No, I don't believe it. I don't, for me, I don't believe it. Okay, now this is me fighting. Let me be looking for people to fight. Okay, if you've never earned, I won't be fast. Go ahead and just be typing this thing because it's going to help me know that whether we need this session or not. If we don't need it, we'll just walk off. After all, you've gotten a lot of, what do they call it, ideation, so you can as well just move away with those ideas. But if you know that you've never earned on LinkedIn, I want you to just help me by typing never earned. I'm going to wait a little bit. Just keep typing that. Keep typing that. Keep typing that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Keep typing that. I just want to. Okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. Just keep typing that. I want to hear never. Lizzie, please. I will block you from this live. Elizabeth anymore. I will block you from this live. Never earned on LinkedIn, but I know I'm kind of responsible for that. Good. So you can be writing yourself out. So in order to make this life more interactive, we have just a few more time to go. I think today we're going to close super early, but then I would want to ensure that we're speaking to the heart of everybody who is currently on this live. Just keep it coming. Basil, is that you? Hey God, you can't be serious, right? Chama Kafo. I mean, I literally see you almost every day on my comment. Don't tell me you've never earned on Loom. No, 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 no. Who are these people? I hope your accounts have not been hacked. Happiness is not possible. Okay, so guys, let's keep it coming. Let's keep this coming. Let's keep this coming. Let's keep this coming. Okay. Please don't remove me. Okay, let me just be seeing everyone. Please go ahead. Let me see what is going on here. I want to be sure that every conversation here. What is going on? Uchechi, even you? Chidima, even you? That's serious. Okay, so guys, go ahead, go ahead. I am going to go right into the meat of and the crux of the matter. I'm hoping that today we'll just share a few secrets here and there. Well, the truth is, I'm a businesswoman, so I'm not going to tell you everything we do. That's just the truth. I'm so sorry. Let me apologize beforehand so that you understand that I'm not literally going to spill everything. I mean, if I spill everything, how are you going to come to my masterclass? Hey, how am I going to eat your money? You would have like free life events. Well, like I said, that there's no problem if this is your entry portal into earning, right? I'm still excited that you were able to come. No, Elizabeth, I will block you on this live. Elizabeth, I will block you. Okay. What are the people I'm seeing here? No, it can't. These consistent people. No, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Please let's laugh for because I really want to be sure that this topic that we're going to do is going to be essential for everyone so that it's not something that we will just throw out there and there's nobody taking in a lot. Okay, so I'm going to give 2 more minutes for everyone to awesome. So I'm going to give a few more minutes. I'm still getting more messages out there. Thank you so much for coming on. So some of my speakers, if you're willing, if you're super busy and you want to exit now, like I said, please just go ahead. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate you. I want to keep seeing the NEL. I want to know the people who are currently. It's like I have OGs on this live, so they don't need this conversation. So if you know that you have never earned, I want to see it NEL so that I know if we should continue. Else we'll just call it a day because tomorrow that means once you post your excellent content, you should just be having those money. And Chinecherem Zone is the one that is surprising me because I literally see her everywhere. And I was honored to be a part of her event yesterday, and it was super amazing. I think she was invited to speak at a platform, and it was. You have been hacked though, because I can't be seen. It can't be this same faces I see literally every week, and you're saying that you've never earned. I'm surprised. Precious. Okay, so that's good. That means so what we are going to do tonight is going to be super relevant. What I'm going to do is this, just in case I get super excited and I spew out everything, I am literally going to delete this event right after this event, because if I spew out so much, I would drive the traffic to YouTube, because I definitely will not. I need to be paid, okay? I need to be paid. Okay, so who are these people? I think someone hacked their account. Please, guys, you people can report to LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this really quick tonight. Sorry, I normally have all my documentations in one place so that when it's time to sell them, I sell them together. So for some people who are already thinking of ideas for earning, I've already told you what I do. So I separate all my contents. I put all my contents, literally everything I'm doing, so that I am accountable to it when it's time to give them all out. Somebody saying, hoping this year I will earn something and get huge offers. Good, good. I think I need to spotlight that conversation. Who else is hoping for something in that direction? Who else is hoping for conversation? Okay. Okay, so thank you so much for staying in tonight. Well, I'm not, like I said, I'm not exactly excited. Sorry, give me a moment. I think my light is tripping off. Okay, so I'm not, what I'm doing tonight, I'm not exactly excited to do it because it's actually something very paid, right? Very, very paid for. Awesome. Somebody's saying same here. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so that means this is something everybody needs. So I said, please help us share this event. Part of the things I'm also going to do is that if I spew too much, I will delete this. I'll delete the event, right after, what did you call it, this life. That's what I'm gonna do. If I spew too much, the goal is I'm gonna hold back a bit because, of course, like I said, there are some people in this community who are currently in the masterclass and they are paying tooth and nail for this, and I don't want to just spew everything out there and then they are not persons who. Okay, awesome. Okay, hoping for more new opportunities. Awesome, I can see it already. Okay, awesome. So essentially, I'm super, for me today, as soon as this speaker spoke, I was like, my God, this is more like a light in the tunnel, right? Right at the tunnel. So it means that, okay, this is super easy for everybody who has never earned. You've heard everything you need to do, all about paying attention, all about engagement. So we discussed essentially two things. Okay, being seen. I think he gave us a SHF, like being seen, being heard, being felt. And I'll say it again. All the people that I literally had called their names during the course of this event right now so far, I noticed that number one, for me to call their name, I've seen them considerably. I've heard them. We've gone on challenge with them, and then they've been felt because definitely at some point in time, some of them have spoken on our platforms. So I had to ask, are you sure that you guys have not been hacked? Because it's not adding up that this particular sets of persons that I just called their name right now. Number one, some of them already know their niche. Anyway, the thing is this. Let me pause a little bit. This is it, guys. I totally understand that some persons who are currently on this live have just been are just coming on LinkedIn today for the first time. And to that, I'm going to say welcome, right? And other platforms as well. You're welcome to this live event. And then, of course, because our mother, Phoenix Gate, stemmed up majorly from LinkedIn, you're going to have a lot. We're going to really have a lot of connections from LinkedIn. Then, if you're currently on this live and you've not made it up to LinkedIn, please go ahead and just ensure that you reach out to me either way, in my DM or anything at all, so that we can begin your journey for LinkedIn. So for those people who are currently here, who definitely has defined their niche, so someone like Chinechere, I know what she does, and then I know that a lot of persons who are also on this call are super authentic. So it means that we're not asking a question on if they know. Okay, somebody say I hope to earn this year on LinkedIn. The thing is, you don't hope. You don't hope. It's a good, like I've said it on my post one of those times, right? Hope is part of my strategy in the sense of being hopeful and it defining my spiritual atmosphere and giving me the ginger. That's literally why I'm talking the way I talk, because I believe that there's always a supernatural touching, right, on what I'm supposed to do. But implementation, literally, which is part of the things that we're going to be pushing tonight, that is essentially what our boot camp has been all about, right? We are 1 week gone, and some of the excellent persons you heard speaking at the beginning, please go ahead. Right after this event, you might want to look from the beginning again, because I think I'm going to give till midnight. If I spew out too much on this live, like I said, I will delete it, because I'll need you guys to either go to my YouTube, or you're going to have to pay me by coming into my class, because if it's earning on this platform, I'm telling you the truth, is the easiest thing you can do. In fact, oh God, a lot of persons are leaving money on the table every day. Literally, every time I go into LinkedIn and I read some people's posts, I mean, you just shared awesome nuggets. People are reacting, 400 likes and comments. I'm like, girl, see money there. So this is me now becoming excited. I'm like, see money there, see money. Okay, you just shared this valuable content. What do you want? Do you realize that on this platform, literally about 134 million users are around daily logging? Those are your impressions. They might not say anything. So those guys that you're raving about, your engagement, your 300, your 500 plus comments and likes that you're raving about, there is even more people right behind the scene who are just waiting for you to call, to just say something. Probably the people who are also engaging, not even probably. One of the things you should understand here, if you're a thought leader and you're consistently seeing people on your posts and your comments, they're not actually essentially there because of you. They are there to also be a partaker of your visibility. So I'm hoping that you will call yourself to ones. Literally, like what I kept telling everybody in our camp, I said, eyes on the prize. A lot of people will be looking for engagement, will be looking for comments, which is super exciting. I tell them what to do at different times of the day. I remind everyone, go back to your post and do what's right. But one of the things I'm going to add is that that is not enough. As people comment, your ICPs are literally there, right? And then your posts must literally pay attention, because most of those people who are commenting, they might not even be the ones that are your clients. So that's why your post must be tailored. I said even top leaders, in fact, the people that we call thought leaders, every single time when they post, they leave when they should have generated community from their posts blank. I'm not going to expatiate. Hey, if you want details, you better come, because like I said, all the people who are currently on this live and also in the masterclass will just feel like I spew too much. So I said, if I spew too much, I am going to delete this post. I mean, my impressions are already my impressions, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with it after now, right? So number one, haven't defined your niche. Okay, let's say you're now authentic, you're showing up, you need to pay attention to your content. And it's not just about paying attention to writing excellent posts, which I literally see. In fact, one of the craziest one that I've noticed recently is that people literally always, they will just copy. They will just, by the time a lot of you here who are super excited about AI know this particular excellent man, I think Ruby and also, you will just literally go to this. It is an AI called EasyGen. I mean, by the time you drop a post in there, it will align everything for you. But then the goal is at the end of those excellent posts and all your engagements, you've not been able to think out something you would make up of the family that you are currently generating on every post. Now, this is one of the things I am going to tell you again. With every post you give out. Mr. Bright was saying we should ensure that we do one-on-one. So with every post you give out, there is somebody. So I literally had this for me for this past 1 week for the people who are currently in our boot camps. We literally gave them templates. Yes. So in fact, it was her first day on LinkedIn. First day on LinkedIn, and she already got her clients, and it was for her to decide whatever she was going to do with them. I'm not saying anybody should go on my post and start looking for something. Just calm down. Even if you look for it, you will not notice what it is that we're doing right there until you join the bootcamp. Okay, so this is me probably trying to crack up, right? So this is what you have paid attention to. So every conversation I'm going to give right after now is after you have defined your niche, you have established that you are consistently showing up. Like we said, when someone asks the questions again, you cannot say that you're showing up every other day, or you're spending less than an hour on LinkedIn and you expect to get a result of someone who is spending literally the whole day. I mean, the first time I had an opportunity to invite one excellent speaker on our live on this conversation, she said one thing she would always do was that she was going to show up early on LinkedIn and open it like a shop. So if you say you don't have a job on this LinkedIn, never gotten an opportunity on LinkedIn, oh God, I hope that you open your ear right now. It's time to open shop. And literally, that was every concept on the fact that we started our implementation bootcamps, because we realized something. A lot of people are leaving money on the table. I mean, you don't have much money, but you're not paying attention. You don't have much money, but you're not paying attention. You don't have much money, or you've never earned here, but your own, you're still pursuing the likes and the comments. You don't know when you should pay attention enough to give an exchange. Okay, so I'm going to be going straight in. So if you are hearing me and it's crystal clear from your end, right? And so far you've gotten something, just say got it, so that I'm sure that you're currently with me on this live, because the things that we're going to be sharing tonight, I'm hoping that your implementation is going to be fire. And as our manner is, we always would ask you when it's time to share those excellent nuggets on Monday. Please try to spotlight everybody that you have literally gotten ideations and excellence from throughout today, right? Okay, awesome. Okay, somebody said, I'm here on LinkedIn. It's not giving me the sound I need. I've told you, especially you, cyber hijabi. I know the money you're leaving. Literally, even all these people that I called their name, I know the monies that they are living. Of course, like Mr. Bryce said, I'm not going to come into your DM and I'm sounding all salesy and I'm telling you, "Nya, nya, 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 nya." I'm even all of you, all of the people I call, Chinecherem who are here, all the people that I call their names, I know the money. In fact, most of the times I'll just read your post. I'll just say, oh, my lovely lady, thanks for sharing. No, well, I will say thanks for sharing, but then I'll coin it in such a way that you know that I'm in support of you. And literally, I'll be in support of you to the end of this year. In fact, to 50 years to come, literally, we'll be the grandpas on LinkedIn during our time. So, but then I'm saying it again. That's if, of course, we don't all start up our own platform as well. Of course, the Phoenix Gate should be looking into that. So, like our first speakers have spoken, optimize your profile, which is excellent. All of these people that I have mentioned or who said that they've never earned of LinkedIn, most of them, if you see their beautiful profiles, you just be saying, "My God, what is going on?" So, for my tribe in Nigeria, you hear people say, "Oh, Guinea." So, just consider this a conference of you learning language as well. So, people are saying how excellent they see your fine pictures, they see everything that you're doing, and you're still saying you've not earned. It's not even possible. It's not possible, right? So now the beautiful thing is that you've been engaging your audience. So we know that number two, we have removed that. So number one, again, we started with saying you know your niche. So if you're here and you've not known your niche, enter my DM because literally that is what we do in our masterclass. I will give you the update on when we're going to start. So if that's a problem, literally, I sit down with you on a personal call, just you and me, and then we discuss what you can actually start doing. In fact, like I said again, I even told a lot of persons, including who are the people that I said I was going to spotlight them today. Oh my God, let me not miss out on them. I said I was literally going to be calling their names because on their first call, on the first conversation, some of them even ran away because they ended up earning too much that I could not even get their audience. They couldn't even join the masterclass officially, which was um, excellent. At least results is good, right? Even from the first conversations. But for me, I would like to say, oh, it's always better you keep to your systems because you don't know, some of the ideations might be in the next class and then the next class, but of course they have paid me, so why should I be super worried? Okay, so you've done all this, you've engaged your clients and every other thing. So there are two major ways you can make money on this LinkedIn. It's either you sell your time or you sell your products. Just two major ways. This, for the scope of this event, this is just what I'm going to be discussing tonight. Of course, like I said, if you enter our masterclass, based on you, most of the sets for this, every set that we have our masterclass, we create events specifically for the set. Like my first masterclass, I had some of the most amazing persons, the mommy, and of course my first and second was the same. My mommy M here, right here, was among, I mean, literally top thought leaders were literally on that first masterclass. And then there were already people who had earned outside LinkedIn and were all in the process of maybe increasing their reach here. In fact, it was during our masterclass that Mommy M's public speaking engagement, she just took it by the end. She literally hosted a live event in Lagos. For some of us who know Lagos, the former capital of Nigeria, you know the capital intensity, the manpower to host an event and bring people in, and for people to pay for that event. You know that that person must have literally heard a lot of things and also have being able to develop systems based on, of course, all her excellent track record. For people who came in early, I'm sure that you probably have missed out on her discussing all her track records, right? So, and then a few other persons, which time will not allow me to spotlight them. So there are two major things. So when you hear people saying it's not about likes and comments, I put it on people's conversations all the time. I think I had an opportunity to also read Zuria's post one of this week, and then I told her, I said, Mama, hey, if you know what people are doing with engagement, you cannot be saying it's not about likes and comments, right? So it's like two extremes. You cannot say it's not about like and comments. It can also be said that you can be super focused on likes and comments, that you're not even seeing that one simple person who probably is a governor of a state or an MD of a bank or a CEO, who is the only person who decided that day to just come on your comment and just write the generic thanks for sharing. For me, one of the things I've noticed every single time is that when it comes to prosperity, you're going to literally get, most times we'll teach you guys, we'll tell you what not to do. But when people do it to you, Don't start saying, what's this man, and thanks for sharing. Even if it's one person who came on your comment and wrote thanks for sharing, and it's just that one person. One of the things we tell people in the bootcamp is square in. One of the things you need to do is just go and click the person's profile and see what this person is doing. Okay, if it's somebody that you feel, oh, might not need your services, oh well, good. If the person says thanks for sharing, say thanks for engaging. So you're all evened out. But it's not that you start saying, who are these people that just what's the word, that just leave unnecessary comments on my post. Anyway, I'm going to leave that one hanging. So I've said it. For me, part of the thought ideas that has been coming up strongly for me, especially in this season, is that prosperity and, well, for the want of word, I can use forgiveness, are almost literally the same. So if you will set a rule, if you want to discipline, you discipline yourself, but you cannot, don't set that out for anybody who will converse with you. So that's where coming to pay attention. So if you have, let's say, 100 engagements, or let's say you even have 20 engagements, after you have that much engagement, because that's a lot, anybody who stops by on LinkedIn to say hello on your post is truly what to be honored. You can as well just go into the person's DM and just say, well, I'm really honored that you did this for me. Is there any way I can help you? So I have started the chain of you earning money, right? I have started. So instead of you sitting down and worrying that you have poor engagements, okay, or that you have poor followers, which thank God that Mr. BBB had already, what did he call it? Sliced it off at the beginning of this event. It means that this is one thing. No matter how low your engagement is, you can still have all that you need. For me, every single time I sing it about the Phoenix Gates group. I started the Phoenix Gates group alongside with some excellent persons who you're currently seeing with just 2,000 plus followers. I know a friend who started her own community at just 150. It's easy hard. Okay, so I'm going to start where I'm supposed to have started. Prosperity is a mindset. Any money on LinkedIn first starts with your mind. So if you believe that whatsoever you have niched down, you have developed a skill, if you still feel that negative nudge in your heart that you cannot deliver, it's going to affect your conversations, even with your prospective clients. So I'll say it again. Number one, okay, just in case I missed out on that, the first thing you will need to earn money on LinkedIn is your mindset. Be comfortable to serve, be comfortable to give. For me, one of the things I have also aligned excellently well in my journey is this. I've realized that truly there is no finance without exchange, and that's what people call value, being able to give value. So if I've learned one thing, so I'm going to make it super easy by breaking it down. I am on LinkedIn right now, right? And then I just learned how to do data analysis with let's say Excel. And then that's pretty much all that I know about data analysis. I can put pressure in that direction and I can start earning even to the millions with that. You can trust me. So first of all, like we said again, prosperity first of is a mindset. So when you are here and you are questioning all that you know, so somebody comes to your DM and say, oh, you're a virtual assistant, can you help me do this? Oh, I had an opportunity currently as the Phoenix Kids group. We have people literally reach out to us every single time. Currently, I even have maybe more than 3 or 4 persons who are reaching out to me that they are looking for a virtual assistant. And it's shocking to find out that some people in the community will say that they are looking for jobs. It's not possible. So part of the things I would first say is this: you need to get ready. So I had an opportunity one time to send a particular conversation to certain sets of persons and said, okay, this person is looking for this, looking for that. Guess what? By the time we looked at all the list, the person told me outrightly, that the person I cannot do any of these things. So I cannot do any of these things. It's not possible. I can't do any of these things. So already you have already shut your mind. And do you know, if I was in your place, the first thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say it again. Is that if it's probably my first time, let's say you went to a particular school on LinkedIn here, and then you are now graduated, right? You have literally graduated, and people are now telling you that, okay, now you can start a particular job. That's the first place to go. A job opportunity comes to you because it will always come by the reason of your post. The next thing you're going to do is, instead of telling that particular person, right, that okay, right now I can't do this, I can't do that, there is a place to negotiate in every job. I've seen it work wonders. In fact, for some people who are saying, your graphics guy is excellent, lovely. I've worked with more than 5 graphic persons so far in this our little journey, and it has always been simple. if you are available to me. Like I said, most people who eventually work with me get super big and they have to take up more bigger roles. I think one of them even just got a job with a state or something, a commissioner or something just gave him a full-time employment. So of course I knew that I have to work with someone else. So part of the things you can do as somebody who is currently here. So I'm going to be spotlighting the virtual assistants so far. So let's say the first thing you might want to first do is say, okay, we give you a client right now, because that's what we always have the traffic in this direction. So we give you a client. One of the first thing you can tell the person is that these are the things I can do. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But you see this one. So always amplify your positivity, the value you already have, amplify it so well. I mean, take it to the bank and cash it. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. This and this and this, I might not be able to do it right now if it's not urgent for you. But then this is my proposition for you, because it's more like partnership. I might slow you down when it comes to this and this and this. But guess what? If you can lower the fee, I can work for lower, or probably even volunteer if you're comfortable with it. But if I'm going to volunteer, I'm going to volunteer for a shorter time. I'm going to volunteer for 2 weeks for you. Let's see where this takes you. So number one, you're getting two things. You are getting your opportunity to have a review, and then you're getting opportunity to build your portfolio. So I said number one, your mindset. Number two, seek out volunteer opportunities. And seeking out volunteer opportunities is not putting yourself in such a way. I've seen a lot of people like that. They'll just come into your DM and say, hello, my name is this, I'm a virtual assistant. I'm like, okay, okay. That's not how to go about it. Part of the things you might want to do is, from all the conversations you see people have, let's say I'm like, now, if I'm a virtual assistant, let me narrow down on Mommy Show anymore. Literally, I go to her post every day. She's talking about how that she was able to host this particular event, how she was able to, what did you call it, do this and do that. Guess what? The next time I'm going to enter her DM. What the first things I'm going to actually tell her is this. I'm going to say, hello, Mommy Show Emimo. I've noticed that setting up that event was super, really, really tough. Do you really think of having this event again? And then what are your strategies? Well, if you don't mind, I've done something like this before, or this is actually my first time, but I would love to I would love to help you plan out the next event, and even more effectively if you don't mind. And guess what? Somebody in my community did that to Mommy Show anymore, so that you don't have to do it to her again. And the person got the job immediately. So the person cannot say that she has never earned on LinkedIn right now. And that is part of the things you might need to pay attention to. Like I said, you are there worrying about your likes and comments, where your clients are literally sleeping away under your nose. So I said, amplify your strengths, even if you have somebody coming into your inner space and DMs. So I say, first off, prosperity is a mindset. You cannot earn more than your mind. You cannot earn more than your mind. I'm going to tell you guys the story of Phoenix Gate and how we started. So when we started first on Phoenix Gate, all that I had in mind was what? I wanted to just ensure that everybody gets knowledge, everybody gets out of poverty. For me, that was all I looked out for. So for all those 4 months that you saw me coming every week, all the speakers that I brought on this particular exalted platform, I did not ask them for a dime. They did not ask me for a dime as well. But some of them, of course, by the reason of our relationship and a few other things, I at some point would just pay for. I just give them something to say, sincerely, I don't know how to honor you, right? Even though it's not like it's reciprocated, this is not a paid event, but just take this and probably just, if you can fix something here and there. I did that literally for 4 moments and nobody asked me anything. I think the first person who ever sent me money, yes, I thought I was going to spotlight her today. Her birthday was yesterday. That's Tolulokwe. Tolulokwe was the first person who just sent me money for sending sake. Of course, when we did our global visibility challenge, Tolulokwe was joined in immediately. So she was one of the first persons who joined in the community. As soon as she gained her first international opportunity during the challenge, she sent me money straight. She sent me, how many figures was that money? Okay, how many figures? Like, okay, it's 5. Is it 5 figures or 6 figures now? When I saw the money, I was like, okay, because I did not really anticipate it. So there are very few persons who will just give you money like that without you asking. There are very, very few persons. And that was why I said, okay, I was going to literally amplify her. So like I said, it was possible that I would be showing up every week and not having even one person ask any question in that direction, whether you're doing well or if you are earning from this thing, or even all the collaborations, all the people who eventually got gigs, of course, off the platform. We didn't talk anything behind the scenes. This is me now saying, being super vulnerable here tonight. But there's one thing I would also want to everyone who is currently on this live to pay attention to. That after you've had the prosperity mindset, after you've amplified your value, you will have to ask If you don't make offers, you cannot have those opportunities. If you don't make offers, you cannot have opportunities. A lot of you who are currently on this life, you don't have time. You see, you can take it to the bank and cash it. I'll tell you again, you don't have time. You think you have all the time, you don't. I'm grateful to God that we're also discussing the two ways you can make money, right? So we've said again, first of all, you need a prosperity mindset. Number two, we said that you should also learn to amplify your skills. Number three is that you have to decide on what to offer. Whether you want to sell your time, of course, the VAs, the graphic designers, literally they will offer services, so they're going to earn money by giving their time. Okay, so if you're someone who is building your engagement, who is staying long on this platform, who is literally also building your comments and your likes and all that to a particular high number, you find out as well that it's easier for you to also exchange those opportunities for sponsorship, right? So the second thing I want you to also know is that you can sell your products. So when I actually started sharing this, what did they call it? This my slides, I said one thing, that literally everything I'm doing for Phoenix Gates, I am literally compiling them together. So some of you want to wait until you start getting clients before you start producing products. But I will tell you again, if you are a thought leader or you have consumed materials, as every of our speakers has spoken before now, I will tell you again, this is the time to start creating frameworks. This is the time, I'll repeat it again, to start creating framework. You are not free. You are never jobless. You are never, ever, 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 ever jobless. You just probably are too lazy to implement. And guess what? You'll be thinking that there's no money on LinkedIn, but guess what? There is money on LinkedIn. There is always money. In fact, as I speak to you tonight, there are so many people who are currently on this live that are waiting to buy from you again. They are waiting to buy from you. There are people who want to learn. Like he said, the CEOs who probably don't have time to probably come to some of those your live events, your live classes, but they want to what? First of all, have a material for exchange from you. So I'll say again, this is 2025. If you have not considered writing, selling any product at all, just start writing. I'll say, so some of these people that I've called their names, you have been on LinkedIn for not less than 5 months. You need a material now. Guess what? Newbies are trooping into the platform every turn. And for me, I noticed that there's usually more traffic on all social media platforms, usually every new year. Guess what? Why? Because everybody will definitely have a, what do they call it? A social media resolution. Oh, this year, this is the year I want to be visible. Like I said, when I had an opportunity to go to one of our community members' life, I told them something. Visibility is a currency. So when you're showing up online, in fact, you should have like calendar blockers for your engagement, in the sense that you have to show up. I give them an example. For those of you who are probably not in Nigeria, there are two very young teenagers. I mean, I think Jarvis and Pella. Literally, there's nothing this, I'm not going to say anything negative in that direction, but obviously when comparing them to, let's say, the LinkedIn kind of content creation, you would literally see there's nothing these guys are doing. But guess what? They are literally taking their visibility with bulls on the horn. So I'll say it again. Number one, we said part of the first things you're going to do is, first of all, after that, after defining your niche and every other thing that you've talked about, have a prosperity mindset. That's number one. Number two, amplify your voice, your values. After amplifying your values, make an offer. Make sure you make an offer. I've seen people all the time, after writing your post, your call to action is agree. I've seen it everywhere. Your call to action is what? Agreed. Agreed. Is that your call to action after writing excellent posts that has fire everywhere? When you're supposed to say, I know that some of you are wondering how I came up with this idea, but well, this is it. If you'd love to furthermore discuss this idea with me, kindly just DM me. I'll be more than happy to connect. But you just say agree. So you finish writing horse posts, you say agree. So everybody will either on the comment section will say agree or not agree. So, but then you've already dished out your knowledge for free. And then people who would also be helped by the reason of your post, you ended up not helping them. So that's part of the things I would also ask you to pay attention to. So you make your offers. I've also shown you how to make your offers, right? So make sure that for every content, whether it's in your comment section or in your main post, always open your DMs to people to come in so that you can help them, right? So we've talked about, our first speakers all talked about establishing thought leadership. Then he talked about also consulting and coaching and mentoring. For me, it's not hard. in fact, there's nothing too big about coaching. A coach is just somebody. I told all the people in the masterclass, a coach is somebody who just teaches someone, who moves you from A to B. So if I know how to do LinkedIn optimization very well, I don't have to know all the nitty gritties about LinkedIn. I don't have to know about the posting time or anything. I'll just go to you and say, I can optimize your profile. Now, part of the red flags I'll also put for people who come into people's DMs and say things like, I've seen people do that a lot, come into DMs and you want to rubbish the person first because you want to practice 48 laws of power. You want to rubbish the person first, then you now tell the person, okay, would you want to take my services? Me, more than half of the time, I'll say, wow, that is so amazing. You are really good at what you do, but no, thank you. No, thank you. So we will always say what practice the sandwich method. If there are anything that you've seen in that particular person who has done well, first of all, tell the person that you've done amazing in this, and this. But why would you love to? Don't you think you would love to do this and this and that? And then, of course, you see how, of course, like we said, building a connection, a relationship, being able to merge with people based on their vulnerabilities. And then before you know it, the minions will literally be chasing at you. Okay, for me, this one is the one that I don't. If you are sleeping on money on this league, you better wake up. Literally, this is me now. I'm going super African, right? So if you're coming coming at me for the first time, my name is Dr. Ginger, and you can't sleep on me in my life events. You cannot. You cannot. This is me saying it outright. You cannot sleep on me. Do you know why? Let me say something. When it comes to leveraging affiliate marketing, there are literally people selling courses, coaches selling courses every single month on this life. In fact, how a lot of coaching system, which of course when you want to pivot in terms of your coaching system, doing a lot of one-on-ones can weaken you. Of course, for me, my masterclass is literally what we do. Once you've signed up for my masterclass, I must have a one-on-one with you. There's nothing I can't. It's not a maybe or maybe not. It's part of the package, right? But for people who are running the challenge system, a way to of course a way to pivot as a coach might just involve you raising a community in that direction, which is exactly what we are doing. But there's something a lot of people are doing, that they are leaving money on the table. Now a lot of people are creating challenges, they are creating courses every month. Most of these coaches, they're as vulnerable as you, and this is probably me giving you a cheat code if you don't know. Right now we are already unloading people for the next implementation bootcamp. I mean, the testimonies are amazing. I wish I had more people who would testify. I mean, we just started posting on YouTube and all that. You see people with 2.8K. Do you know what it means for a new YouTuber to have up to 2.8K views? And then, of course, me, I put myself under. I might be organizing things, but it doesn't mean I should not put myself under. So as they are growing, I'm growing as well. So this is it. Leverage your opportunity for affiliate marketing. There are lots of coaches who are cross LinkedIn right now. And then for me, if you're interested, please reach my DM, right? There are ways, except maybe, of course, there are some people who actually don't care. They don't mind parting with money. But for me, one of the systems that I would have also added for you, sorry, I forgot that, for the prosperity mindset is this, that you cannot get money without giving money. You cannot. Some of you are seeing us now, all these flyers customized. There are some life events that you can't see this, right? Money went down. You can't get excellence without money, right? So if you are here, you are just nibbling from one free community to the other. It's time for you to just call yourself to once. Like I said, I've always been someone who gave free. I don't think anybody on LinkedIn who probably started pushing this much energy that I'm putting in stayed maybe more than 2 weeks or a month without monetizing. But of course, I had a lot of delays. I delayed that on purpose initially, but then I've also realized that most people don't do well when you give them something without them exchanging value for it. So this is also part of prosperity mindset. So if you are here and you're offering free things and you're hearing my voice, put a timeline to it. Put a timeline to your freebies. Your freemiums are actually supposed to just be an introduction. So I cannot just badge at you and say, hey, I am an expert in this and this and that, and you've never seen me do any of these things. But then when I give you a freemium, I give you an opportunity to know me. So when you now know me and then I charge, you now know that, okay, no, this lady is actually what she's asking, because she actually does everything she wanted to do with her life. So that's part of the things you're going to do. Even if you're going to offer freemium, put a timeline to it. Don't do 3 months free challenge. Some of these funny things I see people do. It's not like there's anything wrong with it, but I've told you, my community members, they know. For us to have raised a community of more than 2,000 persons, trust me, guys, I have worked with people and I've seen what freebies can do. Freebies are actually supposed to be short bursts. They are supposed to make you understand that, okay, you've been hearing about Vivian, you've been hearing about the boot camp. Okay, so let us give free lives, because we know that it's going to help somebody. There's somebody currently on this call who probably cannot afford. Like what we did even in our last boot camp, I opened my curtains. I said, okay, if you know you cannot afford, enter my DM. And guess what? By the time I started hearing some of their conversation, I knew that it's almost impossible for you to say you cannot afford anything at all to exchange. And the dangers of this is, once you open your curtain too wide for people like that, they almost always run down. Like I said, there's no challenge with it. It's just the law of life, right? You can't cast your pearls to people who probably don't understand what you give. So if you are going to give any form of freemium, let it be short served, because it's also based on your heart. If you serve too freely for a very long time, it will affect your ability to cost your whatever it is that you're offering. Okay, so somebody said straight bullet. No, it's not. That's not the idea. So one of the things I've also noticed is this, that when you offer that prosperity mindset, when you can pay into other communities or other things, you find out that it will be easier for you to put your leg on the ground and say, okay, this is what I charge, because already your heart have opened. And when I say pay, there are a whole lot of barrage of things. Payment is not just money, it's also time. It's also your kindness, your ability to forgive, your ability to recoil, like your ability to be patient. So you guys heard when we're talking about BBB. I think I met him about 2 or 3 months ago. I was relentless. In fact, the way our conversations were super sparse. Of course, from how he spoke this night, it will make you know that he's pretty much a very principled person. But one of the things I had to do was that, okay, if I'm going to get something from this person, I'm going to be super patient. So some of us are not even patient enough to pick the money that is currently on the on the table for you. So I'll say it again. Please leverage affiliate marketing. So if you know any coach at all who is probably running something all across LinkedIn, reach out to them. Reach out to me now, right? Like I said, we're already onboarding for our next implementation bootcamp, and part of the things you might want to do is say, okay, if you charge at this particular point and I get you this particular amount of persons, how much do you think you can give me from this? If any coach doesn't do that for you, well, like I said, I'm so sorry. It's not me. I did not send you anywhere. I only said that Phoenix Gate does that. So if you want to experience that, you cannot be saying you don't have money when you can actually bring certain amounts of money, people, and make money out of it, right? So this is for affiliate marketing, and trust me, there are lots of people all across LinkedIn who will be requiring that. So like I said before, now you cannot, you don't have time. You don't have time. If you're currently writing your ebooks about your ideas, so you've consumed materials for the 5 past months and you don't have a client yet, start creating your templates now. Like for me, every single thing, like I said, you can see it's already trademarked. Every single thing I'm doing, I'm already curating courses. You won't be shocked that maybe in the next few months, maybe even the next live next week, I am selling the frameworks, or I'll tell you that, okay, except you subscribe to my YouTube, right? I will not, or I would want you to subscribe to my newsletter. Either way, you're building a community. So please know that you don't have time. You have opportunity. It's not that you don't have job. For me, sometimes what I tell the people of in my community is this: you might just want to write chapter 1 of that book. If you procrastinate a lot, just write chapter 1 and put it out there and tell them download free chapter 1. By the time people see the so much nugget and the light you have, they will literally push in your direction and tell you, do the rest now. Okay, we will pay. And then of course, when you decide to charge them, they'll be more than happy to actually pay you for that as well. So if you're still with me on this live, please say got it, so that I know that you're currently on this live with me as well. So for the scope of this event, we're going to be stopping at this point. If you have any questions so far, maybe you're in a particular niche and you've never earned, you don't even know what to do with yourself, just ask me the right questions now, so that it will be like, okay, maybe in the next, let's say 5-10 minutes, we'll just take direct questions for your specific needs. Let me just make attempt to explain everything I said just now, to maybe one person. Maybe I'll pick one or two persons. I'll just answer specifically to that niche, and then we're going to just have our special speakers who are just going to give okay, yes, who will just say that, okay, who will just probably just say their farewell messages. Then please, if you are not yet in our implementation boot camp, just enter my DM now, right? Of course, the prosperity mindset, you have to be telling yourself, money is not my problem. Money is not my problem because I'm going to get value. So you heard about all our testimonials. If you just joined in late, please go ahead and listen from the beginning. Like I said, if I listen to this event again and I feel like I've given out too much, or we have given out too much, I'll delete it. That's what I plan to do. So for some people who are hoping that they are going to come back later to watch it, Lori Raw, that's why we give you guys 5 p.m. GMT plus 1. Okay, so if you have any specific questions, please just ask on the comment section. I'll just take 2 specific direct questions and then we will go from here. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you as well. Awesome. I can see you guys got it. Yes, that's lovely. So let me see the people. Let's spotlight some of the people who are still live with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you have to be telling yourself, like I said, while I'm waiting on the questions, I'll say money is not my problem. That's what I told myself. We spend money to get money. We spend money to get money, right? And money is not a challenge. Okay. So if you're currently new on LinkedIn and this is your advice, you go ahead and join the bootcamp. In our bootcamp, we literally we review at least the first week of bootcamp. We have daily a first timer, literally a first timer got a job opportunity in the first week. A first timer. So that's why I was wondering. So if you want to actually also see what we've been doing, you can go back on my posts and just read them and see how we curate our posts as well. So yes. So go ahead and ask questions. If we are done, we ask now questions. If we don't have any further questions for the night, so we'll just ask our okay. So I don't know why it's not moving from this end. But amazing, my goodness, this much numbers of persons stayed into the end. I honor you guys. Thank you so much for coming on our live event. So I'm going to give us, okay, we're giving Grace Life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody said I get a move. Go ahead and ask the question. So you're direct. So we're giving another 5 minutes. No, 5 minutes might be too much. Okay, makes never too late. This makes me late to post everything. Okay, I don't know why I can't see it here, but I'm seeing it on my other device. I'm so sorry if some of the questions are delayed. Mommy, show me more. If you can see any of the questions, you can just read them out, just in case I can't see. Okay, so there's no questions here. Okay. Okay, so Mommy, show me more. Do you have anything to say? Okay, you can't see any yet. Okay. So,
oh no, just to encourage everyone. Yeah, it's just to encourage anyone here who is still doubting themselves to please wake up tomorrow or even this night and fly with it. You succeed more when you start immediately. I mean, all of what has been said today are things that people like me wished I knew last year when I was starting, because knowledge, you've heard so much from the speakers, and then what Dr. Vivian has shared with you today, we paid for it. Like she said, this is content from her training, the boot camp.
I will delete this. I will delete this event.
And what I also want to advise us is an investment. I mean, the first job I got on LinkedIn, even I had to call her. I said, it's like, am I dreaming? Is this how people get jobs on LinkedIn? You know, it was just in my DM. It was just a sentence in my DM. I had to read it like 3 times. So we have all the tips now. We just need to fly with it. I think one of the things she also mentioned is your CTA. How do you end your beautiful, lovely post? And one of the things they also emphasize, which even I am taking away today, is the engagement. I take time to sit down and read everybody's comment. People who are coming in for the first time, I thank them, because there must have been something that made them to come and engage with me. So I wish everybody a fantastic ride in 2025. I think you're starting 2025 in a beautiful way. Please ride on and take the journey seriously. Remember, I was retired, but I'm refired. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, ma. So somebody is saying, thanks for the tips. I really gained a lot of things. I am a virtual assistant hoping to, okay, said I'm a virtual assistant hoping to, okay, so I think there's an error in that conversation. Hoping to, let's say, go into the creative and the book industry. Are there ways to monetize on LinkedIn without being a thought leader? Or is building a presence the first step? Like I said, building a presence, like, of course, people cannot interact with you if they don't know you, if they don't see you, if they don't feel you. So I think this is us going right back to the beginning of this conversation again. But then one of the first things you would want to do is this: who are the people who are currently doing these things? Some people are playing on partnerships. That's why I told you, people are playing on affiliates. You want to start up everything by yourself, You want to reinvent the wheel. Pay attention to that low hanging fruits. There are currently thought leaders in the book industry right now. I think one major person whom I know is Mr. Eni Osong. You might want to just reach out to him. There are already people who have blossomed so well in the industry. One of the things you're going to do is not going to chat them up and say, "Sir, I write books," or "I can help you with your class." No, "Hello, sir, how you?" Well, they said now we should not say how are you doing. Okay, so when you're going to say hello, sir, it seems like you quite have a busy hand. You can be strategic. All his life events, just enter there. Like there are certain people who I know that are consistently on this life, and sincerely, most of the times when people ask me for VAs, because of how they are favorably disposed to me, I'm just biased. I'll just say, okay, this is the person. It's not because there's anything special. So I'm saying sometimes your body language is the reason why you're not getting money, because you want to prove that there's nothing to prove. It's either you have it or you don't have the opportunity. And if you're just coming in for the first time, it's good to find leverage on people who are already probably set and positioned. So part of the things you might want to do, first of all, see nobody, like I said every single time when we're saying, oh, we're having events, please share our flyers. There are certain people who I know don't break the tradition, and my body language, I cannot help it. If I see any opportunity, is it you that I'll be begging to share flyer that I'll come and give? Is it that I am something my head is touching? It's not like that. So you just figure out that most of these people who have actually stood out in certain ways are already positioned with your opportunities. That's one of the things I've realized. Every time you come into a niche, you came into people who have paid the price, and there's nothing wrong with it. The question is, how can I help this person? So I'm not quickly just saying, please pay me. Is that okay? Every event, you have already gone to his space, you've seen all the events he sets up, turn on notifications for him. Every time he posts something, you go there and see. By the time you come, in fact, just give yourself 1 week. By the next week, you enter his DM, you say, yes, I've always seen you. So would you mind if I can help you? Do you have any extra clients whom there's a lot of pressure for you now? Can I help you do this and do that? I mean, for these events that we're running here, there are lots of people who are currently working with me who just got the opportunity by coming into my DM. So I'm still saying it again, you're leaving money on the table. So you don't have to reinvent any wheel, right? So you don't have to be a thought leader. You can actually start by offering services to people who are already pushed in your direction. And guess what? One thing people don't know is that spotlight is shared, it's not reinvented. So by the time you support, there's not me. There's nobody on this LinkedIn who said that they've done anything for me. And you even say you probably termed it free, and I didn't find ways to ensure that you made money from it. Literally everybody, even the people in my masterclass, I will literally, in fact, some of them, I open the WhatsApp group for them and tell them, bring in people, right? And tell them this, in fact, I persuade. That's what I do. And for me, because I believe that giving is what makes the world go round. And I'm not scared to give. I'm not scared that anything will happen to my platform if I bring somebody else on it. So I've told you guys, in fact, this is the beginning of seeing excellent persons. Next week, we're coming up with another fire. So you just get ready. If you want to be transformed this year, get ready. And then, of course, our implementation bootcamp is where we are literally going to make you do it. You don't just get all the, what do they call it? Soaking knowledge and then you're paralyzed. Please don't soak in so much tonight and you're wondering, I cannot post post until it's excellent. Let me just tell you the truth. I didn't really want to converse when those ideations were said on this platform, but this is my truth from me to you. You improve on the job. You improve on the job. So if you've not been posting and you're saying that tomorrow you want to just write that perfect post, you are going to be going bad by the day, super bad. So for the people also in our bootcamp, I tell them, even those YouTube videos, post them like that first. Post them. By the time you start getting established in thought leadership, you can go right back and delete all of them. Nobody will know. Nobody will know that before your thumbnails used to look like a witch or something funny, but then you would have deleted it and what you got better at the job. So please go ahead and start. So I'm giving you Eniola. Right now, there's somebody called Enio Son. You might want to just research him all across LinkedIn today. If you still need that name, enter my DM and just follow him bumper to bumper. I promise you. And he's in the UK, right? If he gives you a listening ear, just count your dollars. Just start counting your dollars. I hope you give me percentage. That's where the fight will start now. Okay, so somebody said my niche is career coaching for 0 to 5 years. I also help with LinkedIn optimization and resume writing. How can I get more clients? Well, for you, you're semi in my niche, so I am not going to tell you the secret because you need what did you call it? You need clients. Come to my DM. I shall just who is this person? Shegu. I'll look for you. Go ahead and reach out to me. But then yours is a walkover. In fact, you should be making 6 figures every month with this niche. You can't be kidding me. Sincerely, you can't. Your niche is a hot niche. Every single day, people are trooping into LinkedIn. It means that when you wake up every morning, you're supposed to say, my clients are here. I see them. I get them. I make the exchange for them. I give them my time and my affection, and they love me. Those are your affirmations, right? But there are lots of clients here. Somebody said how, okay, I don't know about this how is a bit on its own, so I may not be able to answer that conversation. I noticed not okay, yes, no problem. Like I said, it's still a growth. We're keeping our testimonials, right? We're keeping our testimonials when we get the right. Okay, are you truly deleting this event? Try me. That's the idea because we don't want to also leave it for people to come and start watching through the week and then stealing our strategies. We don't want people to steal our strategies. Yes, I'm gonna delete. Awesome. Yes, Juliana, thank you so much. You're starting 2025 in a beautiful way. Somebody said, thank you for the ginger nuggets. You're welcome. You can always expect ginger from me. Said, how do you personally convert your comment section into leads? It's super easy. I've said it also. I just, if you came in now, there's no challenge, but maybe you just want to listen over again. But we've discussed that. Even from the way you create your content, it will be obvious that people right now this week. So this is me officially apologizing to everybody who got into my DM this week. I'm so sorry. Right, I'm going to reply before tomorrow in the morning. Every single person, my team and I were going to reach to you. If I need to send you, what do they call it? The bootcamp receipts and everything, or how to join in for the waitlist because people are already paying. Because one of the things I've noticed that the bootcamp is super intense. If we don't start before the bootcamp, if we don't start some of our strategy meetings before the bootcamp, it can be super overwhelming. So the people who joined in late, and by late I meant who even entered even after the first day of the event, are super overwhelmed already because literally we do daily check-ins. You can't beat it, right? You can't beat. I don't think it happens anywhere else, right? Okay, so somebody said we grow on the job. Yes, that's awesome, Zuria. That's very true. Let me see how many people. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so somebody was spotlighting you there, Cyber Hajia. Thank you so much, Cyber Hajia, for that comment. Yes, so yes, somebody. So this is the Enio song for is it Shegun? No, it wasn't Shegun. Somebody that asked that question. Okay, so I'll give you percent. Chicharam, you better enter my DM. See your eye. Okay, so I agree. We grow on the job. Very true, Zuria. Very, very true. Okay, so somebody say thank you for answering my question. I will not. Yeah, see you there. I love you there. Thank you so much. So say, how do you also manage responding and commenting with all your messages and connections in your inbox? What kind of system or template do you use to convert them to leads? Do you also do cold outreaches to prospects? Thank you. Well, for me, I was telling somebody before, surprisingly, with all our camps, even when we did our visibility challenge, I'm going to tell you the truth. If somebody is currently on this live and said that the first time they met me was when I entered their DM, I don't know, people do it, and I will say it again, it's not like it's bad, but I don't do that. I don't do that. I would rather put more energy on creating a lovely content. And once people have entered your DM of their own will, they are no longer cold. They are no longer cold outreaches. They are no longer cold. If they are already in your DM, it means that something brought them in. Either they are trying to grow their followership, or they are trying to grow their connections, or they truly love what you're doing. Either way, they were the ones who came to you. And at that point, my dear, I still say it again, sandwich formula, but make sure you always make your offer. I've said it again. A lot of people have not had people come on board because they don't have offers. So what you want to do first is just make that offer. But then don't be insensitive. Just make sure that you also know what that person is doing at this time on the life of their lives. It's time consuming. So I said it again from the beginning. It's either you sell your time or you sell products. Don't be impatient when it comes to getting a client. If the person ghosts you, just wait. If you need to send a very lovely message to remind the person, there's nothing wrong with it. Just remind the person. But if the person is already in your DM, then it's no longer a cold outreach. And then cold outreach might not be bad, but I just have never done it in all my clientels. So, but then if you want to attempt that, it's still not bad, right? It's just that I won't preach what I don't do. Okay. Okay, somebody said I'm in the health niche. I'm also, well, the thing is with your compensation, health niche is super very broad. So you might not, it's if you would want to add some more questions to this, I would love it, because saying health niche might not necessarily help me. Might not necessarily help me. It says yeah, so I'm the king of spotlight. Thank you so much. Someone really, I'll come to your DM. Yes, please come. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Shegun. Okay, so this is been an amazing, like, thank you so much for that. Somebody said this event has been informative. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate you guys. So this is the first time we're going to be closing events before 8. I'm looking forward to more. We're coming up with more things. And I'm hoping that please practice, like we said, implementation. Implementation is where the money is. Right, you can't post and then you ghost and come back in the evening and you're checking whether somebody commented it or not, or you should have, when you should have even paid attention to the three people who commented on you. You should have gone to their profile and read and see, oh, this person is actually doing this. Okay, since it's just this person that commented, let me just spend my time on this person today. So by the time the person has commented on your post, that means the person knows you. It's no longer a cold outreach. So it means that the person, oh, I saw your comment on my post. Let's say the person was just throwing comments everywhere. There's no problem. But if the person wants to say you didn't write a comment, but it's obvious, you can point it out to the person. So it's not a cold outreach. So just pay attention to the people who are currently on it. Like I said, if you're not doing much now, please, tomorrow morning, just open the gate of this LinkedIn. If you're a very prayerful person, because I noticed that a lot of people are already fasting, as you're praying in tongues, just stay on LinkedIn and you're praying and you're looking for your customers, you're praying, because literally you'll get it. I'm hoping that a lot of people will share testimonies from this event, right? He said, yeah, so no more landlord. I think LinkedIn live events don't have landlords anymore. Okay. So I would want to say thank you so much, everyone. Amazing. This amount of people still here. This is huge. So, Mommy, show me more. If there's anything you want to say, just turn on your mic and just say hello. So we're going to be ending. If you have anything to say, please go ahead. If not, we're going to be ending this live in a few minutes.
So thank you, everyone. Just go fishing. Just go fishing. That's what you're going to do tomorrow. Thank you. And well done.
Thank you
Well
so much.
worth it. Thank you,
Awesome.
everyone, and good night. Have a beautiful week.
Amazing. So we're going to be ending this live in 4, 3, 2.
Legend tells of the phoenix, a mythical bird that rises from its ashes, embodying renewal, strength, and transformation. This year, the Phoenix Gate Group has channeled its spirit to inspire, connect, and empower professionals worldwide. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, founder and lead coach, we have soared to new heights. Let's take a moment to celebrate the achievements, milestones, and impact of this past 4 months. In just 4 months, Phoenix Gate has strengthened its professional network of nearly 1,000 members. Together, we have reached over 30,000 professionals in the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya. From LinkedIn sessions that drew nearly 1,000 attendees weekly to live events attended by 16,000 individuals, our reach and influence have been extraordinary. The hard work and dedication of the Phoenix Gate team have not gone unnoticed. This year, our community was honored with a prestigious Social Impact Award of the Year and recognized as the most impactful community of the year. These accolades reflect our unwavering commitment to driving positive change across global communities. Beyond career development, Phoenix Gate has made significant strides in public health. Collaborating with international and non-governmental organizations, we have led impactful medical campaigns and health education programs. The expertise of Dr. Magas as a public health expert and Scrum Master has been instrumental in these successes. Are you struggling with your online visibility? Have you ever imagined that you could be a commanding influence and established as a thought leader in your industry? Are you focused or under pressure about an uncertain career future? How about landing your dream job opportunities? At Phoenix Gate, we have reached over 30,000 professionals and business leaders all over the world, breeding top leadership, global visibility, and excellence. We support, train, and set you on our platform to shine while showcasing your expertise to the world. As we reflect on this incredible journey, we are filled with gratitude of our members, partners, and supporters who have made this achievement possible. Phoenix Gate Group is not just a network, it's a thriving community committed to growth, impact, and excellence. Here's to even a brighter future. We rise together.